And you are live.
Cool. So we are here to kick off season 7 of Pandora. This season is a little different. We are doing a blood versus water theme. So we have a mix of pairs, some that are new players, some that are returning players, or actually returning pairs, and then some that are half and half, which is kind of exciting. So we have people all the way back from season 2.
Hi, sorry.
Oh God, hold on.
I ran out of
Can I mute this? I don't know how to mute it. Hold on. I'm going to do that. All right, I think I did it. So it's exciting. We have a really interesting cast. Players of all ages, moms and sons, which I think is hilarious, and dads and daughters, which is hilarious, and twins and married couples. It's really exciting. So, and we actually have for the first time, we have 2 returning winners. So Jess, who won season 3, and Matt, who won season 4, are coming back. And they both have one. Jess is with her cousin Josh, who played in season 2, and Matt is with his sister Marcy, who played in season 5. Is that right? I think it's hard to keep track. So yeah, pretty exciting. We already had the first twist of the game happen. I just need to make sure I'm muted everywhere. Okay. So the first loved one pair that signed in together in the Zoom got an advantage, sort of. And so one of them gets a hidden immunity idol to start off the game. But if they take it, their loved one gets a disadvantage in the first immunity challenge for their tribe. And of course they did it. They took it. So it was actually Trey and his mom, Leanne, which was really fun. And of course, Trey was the gentleman and told his mom to take the idol. And so Trey's tribe will have a disadvantage in the first challenge. So we'll see how that all plays out. It's exciting stuff. Just admitting people into the room. But yeah, Will, do you have this cast graphics around by chance?
I do. Let me pop them up. Which one do you want me to pull up? The pairs or the tribes?
Probably the pairs would be easiest.
All right, let's start with the pairs. We'll see if those come up right now.
Sweet, yeah. So the top row are all of our returning players that are returning pairs. Middle row is our half and half, and the bottom row is all brand new players. So should be really interesting. There will be an even amount of returners and new players on each tribe. And for the first time ever, I actually divided up the tribes before the game started because I needed to separate all the loved ones. Want to make sure that separation happens at the beginning. And oh no, hold on. We have a cast issue. Oh boy.
Nero.
Ooh.
Okay. Recognize that name.
There you go. Yeah.
So do I.
All right, I have to help one of the cast members get in. I accidentally kicked her out. So I'm gonna probably scoot for a couple minutes just to do that. But I might pop back in. But feel free to chat. John actually knows Trey and his mom. So he probably has some insight there. And you probably will have some insight on your returning season 6 players, Rachel and Brendan as well. So feel free to chat for a little bit. I'll be back.
Cool. Yeah, I recognized a couple people on there. It's exciting.
Yeah, Trey and I grew up next door to each other. So I've known him basically my whole life and know his mom, Leanne, really well too. Our backyards were connected growing up and actually live with Trey's older sister now in Austin, but we grew up in New Jersey. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. I know Trey's done a few orgs. I think this is Leanne's first. So that should be interesting to see how that plays out too.
Yeah. How do you think she'll do?
She's really funny. So I think she's a big fan of the show. So I guess if she will put in the time to strategize and, I feel like in our season, Joe, people stayed up strategizing on calls all hours of the night. So I remember Leanne kind of making comments about Trey doing that for an org, so I'm not sure if she is fully expecting what's going to happen with this. So
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like, I feel like you can put as much time or as little time in as you want, but I feel like, just kind of thinking back to our season, I feel like you need to kind of just be in it and dive right in. And I feel like some of the people who maybe didn't have a lot of time, you don't have the time to build the relationships and strategize. And so I think, it's nice that you can kind of put in how much time or how little time, but I feel like might as well just go all in. I mean, why not at this point? 2021, just
right.
just go for it.
Now, what's interesting is that, so I'm from prior to season 5, meaning that the style of Pandora then was just over a weekend. And we've got some players who played on that format but are now switching to this new format for the first time. Do you think that those players will be at a slight disadvantage to the ones who have already played during this current format?
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess playing over a weekend, like, we know how quick it is on the Tuesday nights, but then you have the whole week to strategize and build relationships. So if you make it through each episode, you then have a whole week to, if you're on the bottom, you have time to recover, you have time to gain allies and all of that. So I feel like they'll have the quickness of how fast the game goes, but then I feel like it would only help them to have the whole week in between. Like, I feel like that really helped. I feel like, for me, having that time.
Yeah, and things can change so quickly. So I guess if some of these players are used to hearing one name and expecting to go into the next week and not have any other conversations before the episode, they might not be they might not be around for some of those important conversations if the name starts to switch or the target starts to switch. So I guess for the newer players, making sure that they know to tune in to what's going on, not just on Tuesday nights. I guess knowing that it's like the whole week before the episode.
Yeah, that was news to me too. Like, when I signed up to do it, I just thought it was going to be Tuesday night, and then you just were done, and then you picked it back up Tuesday night. I learned that was not the case very, very quickly. But it was fun. It was a really fun time. And it was like, I was unemployed. Like, I had the time. Pandemic's going on. Like, it was the perfect thing to get into. But there's some other familiar faces. I see Rachel is back. She was from season 6, back with her husband. That's got to be interesting. An interesting dynamic to play with your, I mean, obviously everyone's playing with their loved one, but yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad to see Rachel's back to play again.
Yeah, and Brendan is also playing from season 6 with his twin sister, Michelle, it looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if Brendan and Rachel, if they make it to... Are they on the same tribe right now?
I don't think they were.
Okay, yeah, they're not. But if there's any sort of tribe swap, if they'll use that pre-existing relationship to work together this season, or if there's any bad blood from last season.
Right. And Michelle, Brendan's sister, is on Rachel's tribe, and then Rachel's husband Caleb is on Brendan's tribe. So it'll be interesting if any of them pair up just from knowing each other's pair from the other season. I feel like that would be a really interesting dynamic, kind of aligning with someone's loved one because you knew them from a prior season. I don't know. I feel like I would try to do that if it was me, just because you have that connection. I mean, why not? Tonight's going to go really quick, so why not try to, foster a relationship with someone, having some sort of connection to them already, even if it's not direct.
Yeah, totally.
So on paper, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, I also know Michael of the Cousins. I played with Mike in my first live game, Survivor Buffalo. So I'm really excited to see
wow.
him playing as well. I don't know if he's played. I think he tried a couple Sequester minis before, but I don't know if he's played a Survivor org before. So I'm interested to see how he plays. But it's kind of nice knowing like a group of people to root for. I feel like it makes it even more exciting.
For sure. This is only the second season, I believe, to have returning players. Last one being season 4 for All Stars. So you have to evaluate some potential threat level stuff. And on paper, we got a couple very standout threat things, especially this top row here. You know, you've got Alan, who's played 2 seasons, and then his significant other played in season 5. So that's 3 seasons combined from both eras. You've got Jessica, who's a winner, and Josh, who played in season 2. And then you've got Matt, who was in season 3 and won All Stars, and then Marcy, who was in season 5, bridging the gap between eras. So do you think that coming into this, if you're someone who's not out of those 3 groups, do you think that that's an immediate big target for you that you want to get out of the game?
You can go, John.
I would say absolutely. I'm not sure if it would mean I would necessarily go for those people, but just how the game went in season 6, I could definitely see that if that information's leaked, that could make you a big target. I know in our game, people that even played another org or another live game were somehow targets because they were deemed like they would have a better chance to win. So to have 2 winners on this season, I think if anyone finds out about that, that can definitely put a target on their back early on when you don't really know these people and you have so little to base your decisions off of. I think that could definitely be something that plays a factor.
Do we know if Justin is revealing like everyone's season who's played, or is that going to be kept a secret?
I imagine that like this graphic we're looking at right here will probably be shown for everyone. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that it'll be well known. And then also, even if it wasn't shown, you've got people who played on the same season together. For instance, you've had Alan, who's played on the same exact season as Matt. Alan's not going to keep quiet about the fact that Matt won his season. Right. So that's going to get out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I feel like it really is just going to depend on how things go. And it's interesting, too, because our season had 3 tribes, so they were smaller. So it's cool seeing it this way where there's more people on one tribe. I mean, it was definitely tough. What did we start with? 6 on each tribe?
Yeah, there's 18 total.
Yeah, so like having this many people to talk to in just a short amount of time, like I'm getting anxious for all these people. Because it's just like you have to move quick, and you know that the Facebook Messenger is going to be blowing up as soon as things start. So it's going to be, they're going to have to make a lot of really quick decisions very fast. So yeah, it could be a blessing or a curse to be, a former winner for sure.
Now, on that note of being fast-paced, season 4 had 24 people for a weekend. Whoa. So I would like to think that both Matt and Alan know how to navigate, especially as both of those people made it to the Final 4. So obviously they had a lot of success in that. Now, John, if I'm not mistaken, you won season 6, correct?
Yes.
So obviously you're not in this season, but you are a winner. If you were in this season, theoretically, what would be your moves to mitigate your threat as a previous winner?
Ooh, I think right off the bat, when Justin allows everyone to start chatting with each other, finding the numbers and finding people to work with that you can trust, that's kind of what brought me to the end in the game, finding people I could work with and that I could trust, and investing in those relationships. I think I really relied on my social game, so also making sure not to alienate myself from any of the other players, and know that even if I was a previous winner, kind of making it known that I was someone who was easy to get along with and someone that they would want to have on their tribe. So I think just in the beginning, really kind of scrambling to try to find those numbers quick and get a vibe from the people that you think you could see yourself working with, and then kind of trusting your gut.
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
Yeah, I'll take a moment to speak for the players that I played with here.
Mhm.
So right off the bat here, we got Alan, who I played in both seasons with. Now, even though I played in both seasons with him, I didn't play with him a whole lot in season 3 just because we didn't share a whole lot of tribes. But I actually was pretty close to him in season 4. And he actually, I went out at 5th and he went out at 4th. And he's really good about having he's got a very approachable vibe to him, which I think gives him a good advantage when it comes to forming new bonds pretty quickly, which he was able to do well. He established himself in a good alliance right off the bat of the game as I started the game with him. And that carried on throughout the game. And he did a good job of doing that, but I also feel like he did a good job of exploring other opportunities and he wasn't scared to look outside of that pocket. Now, in contrast to that, Matt, I think, is definitely going to be one of your big good / team, like hero / team player kind of people in here. He's done that in both seasons. He really, if he wants to flip on his lines, he's going to take a lot of time to think on it. He really likes rewarding those who have stuck out their neck for him in the past. So I think that Matt is someone that, if you respect him and make that known, he'll send that favor back to you. So it'll be interesting because I feel like Matt obviously is a threat because he's been 2 seasons and he won season 4. However, Matt probably has a ton of upside. If you show to him early on that you have his best interest in mind, he's gonna want to stick with you for a while. And we have Jessica, who won my first season on season 3, and she is probably going to be I wouldn't say she's like a hero or a villain, but I will say that she is really good at juggling multiple alliances. And one of her best things that got her to the end, allowing her to win, is that she had a basically secret final 2 with someone that she managed to keep under wraps for almost the entire game, or at least until it was still too late. And she seemed like she was disposable at some points in my point of view in the game, but had way more connections. And looking back, if I ever tried to take a stab at her, it would backfire immediately because she had so many friends thinking that they were close to her. So she's someone to definitely watch out for if you're trying to like get in with someone close and who potentially could stab you in the back. But it should be interesting what she might totally go for something different this game. And the last one is Amanda. And Amanda was, I think, early jury, if I remember correctly, for season 3. And she, I think, is your, out of the ones that I've played with, your biggest candidate for a chaos agent. She's pretty bold, is not afraid to be a little bit of crazy. And I think that's going to be really interesting to follow. And she could go so many different ways. And that's why I'm so excited to watch her. We actually kind of had a big outburst in tribal council together on her vote out. That was pretty entertaining. And she will fight tooth and nail until she's out. So she's a fighter. She is going to play hard. And I know that she'll be definitely in the top tier of hardest playing people in this cast, in my opinion.
Nice. Should we talk about Brendan and Rachel real quick?
Yeah, Joe, you start off.
Yeah, so Brendan was actually one of my closest allies. Him and I started on the same tribe. Our tribe ended up actually winning all of the challenges the first night, so we never had to go to tribal. But then we were swapped, and it was only him and I on the new tribe. We were with John and some other players, so that was really interesting to navigate. But he's a gamer. He's like, I think I said this in one of my confessionals that season, like he'll make a move even if it costs him the game. Like he's just one of those players, like he'll just do anything to make big moves. So it'll be interesting if he plays similarly coming into this season, or if he tones it down a little bit. Hopefully he kind of tones it down. There was a couple times I had to kind of tell him to pump the brakes a little bit. But so yeah, we'll see how it goes with him.
Joe, just to add on to that, I have the same impression of Brendan. When we had the tribe swap and he ended up on our tribe going into week 2, I didn't have a good gut feeling about Brendan because I thought he was a little chaotic. And then as we got to kind of build our relationship, we established some trust, and I know that he trusted you, so that's kind of how I started to work with him. But if he comes in that same way this season, I feel like maybe he'll be a target early on. But he's a really, I thought he was a good player in our season.
Yeah. And then
all right, well, I'm gonna have to cut you guys off because it looks like we're about to get started here. So sit back and let's watch the fun.
Sweet.
Oh man. All right, I think we finally did it, and it's 8:01. Not too bad. If everybody can pop on camera for me, that would be great. Perfect. All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to season 7 of Pandora, Blood versus Water. Really excited to have you all here with us tonight. Thank you for bearing with us on these little tech glitches. They do happen every once in a while. Not too bad. Not too much. And thank you all for being on time. So I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to kick off the game with episode 1 and walk you through kind of how it's all going to work. First and foremost, we are going to review the players. You can all see each other on video, but I wanted to have a nice visual on the screen for you. And with Blood versus Water, we did something a little kind of paying homage to both of the real seasons of Survivor, Blood versus Water. We do have some returning players, we do have some brand new players, and then we have some that are half and half. So the top row are all players who've played separately, but have both played Pandora before. Actually, it used to be called Quarantine Quarrel. So there's some people here from way back when that happened, but now it is Pandora. And then we have the bottom row are all brand new players to the Pandora universe. We're really excited to have them. And then the middle pairs are all half and half. So one of them has played before, but the other has not. So these are returners that have brought a newbie into the game with them. So it'll be a really interesting mix. I also, whether they want me to or not, I am going to note there are 2 returning winners, much like the first season of Survivor, Blood versus Water. When Tina and Aris returned, we have Matt and Jessica returning as winners. So we'll see how that plays into the game and what they do with their strategy and what you guys do with that. But it is going to be a complicated season, right? You're all playing in pairs and with loved ones, and as we've seen on The Real Survivor, and probably in various other orgs, relationships make things complicated. So we'll see how that plays out in the game. But we'll just go around really quickly and do some intros. So your name, your age, if you want to disclose that, you don't have to. What you do for work, where you live, where you're calling in from, and maybe a fun fact about you if you'd like. Don't feel like you have to answer all of those, but just give people a little bit of an idea who you are. We'll just kind of go based on the screen as it is. So we'll start with Alan and Katie. So Alan.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Alan. I'm 31 years old. I work as a video editor and wedding videographer. So happy to be playing with all of you, and it's going to be so much fun. So thank you so much from Boston, from the Boston area. So
great, Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm Alan's wife. I'm 32, so I'm the older woman by a year. So not that much older, but he likes to let everyone know that I'm older. We live in Boston, Medfield, Mass. It's a really small town. We have a 2-year-old son, and I'm a therapist for my job, mental health therapy. Excited to play with you all.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I just said excited to play with you all.
Great. Jessica.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm from Winthrop, Massachusetts. I am 31 and I work for Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. And I have a 2-year-old, Mason.
Great. Josh?
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm 33, also from Winthrop, Massachusetts. I'm an electrical engineer, and I just discovered that I love red wine. So cheers.
Perfect. Marcy?
Hi, I'm Marcy. I am 44. I live in Richmond, Virginia. I work at Capital One, and Matt is my baby brother.
Great. Matt?
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm from Tampa, Florida. Marcy's my older sister, and I work in the senior living industry, which I currently don't recommend to anybody. It's awful. But we're getting there.
Excellent. And Amanda?
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm 19 years old, and I live in Chico, California, and I'm a college student. I'm also a nanny to a 3-year-old.
Great. Emma?
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm 16 years old. I am the younger sister. We live in Chico, California, and I'm so excited to play with you guys.
Great. Brendan?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Brendan. I'm 21. I'm a college student. I'm currently on kind of a gap semester because I don't want to pay for COVID school. And I'm flipping burgers at the moment, living the dream. So
great. And Michelle?
Hey, guys. My name is Michelle. I'm 21. I'm from Berkeley, Michigan. And a fun fact is I go to Eastern Michigan University. Go Eagles.
Great. And Caleb?
I'm Caleb. I'm a pastor. I live in Xenia, Ohio, just outside of Dayton. I'm the husband of Rachel. And we have 3 kids, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
And Rachel? Are you there, Rachel?
Yes, sorry. I'm a grandma when it comes to technology. I'm the worst. But I'm not a grandma in real life. Mother of 3, and I tutor part-time. And I don't know. Caleb kind of already said something. Everything. Dayton, Ohio.
Great. And Leanne?
Hi, everybody. I'm Leanne. I'm an editor for a major metropolitan daily in the New York area that's really busy tonight. I also, like a fun fact, also, by the way, never mind. A fun fact, I'm sort of one of those tomboy moms. Sports has always been a part of my life. So I went to college on a basketball scholarship at Kansas State. And when I'll let Trey tell his story. Anyway, that's it. That's enough. Bye.
Trey.
What's up? I'm Trey. That's my mom. I am currently, since March, I've been living at home with her, which has been lovely. I'm a professional actor, so it's a little hard to do that right now. So what I do now is I audio edit and I also delivery drive.
Great. And Brandon.
Hi guys, I'm Brandon. I am also an actor and filmmaker from upstate New York, in like the Hudson Valley area. And you're right, we cannot do that right now. So I am currently supervising at a Starbucks, which is currently open, even during all these shutdowns every couple of weeks. Yeah, Mike is my cousin. He's the man. Yeah, I'm 27. And from the Albany-ish area, capital. Woohoo.
Michael.
I am Brandon's cousin. I am not an actor, but I do act every day as a teacher, 6th grade English. It's been tough this year, so these are kind of these moments where I get to just kind of be on a screen and have some fun. So that's exciting. I am currently living in the Buffalo area, but originally from the Hudson Valley, where Brandon's from.
Great. David.
I'm David. I am 58, the oldest age I think that I've heard so far. I live in Miami. I'm a Miami native, and I went to college in Rochester, New York. So I have some upstate buddies on the chat here, and I chair a theater. We currently have the largest professional theater production going on right now in the country. We have a production of 7 Deadly Sins, which is a combination of indoor, outdoor, live theater.
Nice. And Naomi.
I'm Naomi. I am one of David's 3 daughters, and I'm the lucky one who gets to play this season. I am currently living with my parents in Miami, and I am doing some freelance research assistancing, which is also kind of sparse these days.
Great. And Jesse?
I'm Jesse. I'm 30 years old. I work in the Kroger warehouse. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I have a 7-year-old daughter.
Great. And Mariah?
Hi, I'm Mariah. I'm Jesse's girlfriend. I live in Texas. I'm a hairstylist. And as a fun hobby, when I'm not working behind the chair, I am wire wrapping stones.
Cool. Great. So these are the people that you're playing against. Some of your family members, some will be your friends, and some will likely be your enemies. So I will break into how this is all going to work and what some of the rules are and those types of things. But first, to get you a little bit inspired, let me just make sure that I've got this. I think I do. I have a message to you from Natalie, who won Blood versus Water. Oh no, I knew that would happen.
Hello, cast of Pandora. Also, I love the name Pandora. Obviously, I was obsessed with Avatar. Still obsessed. So I just want to say nice name for the season. And I'm wishing you good luck on these next couple of days playing Survivor Blood versus Water. Blood versus Water is such a tricky game because not only are you playing Survivor, but you have these added lines of, relationships, loved ones, family members. Could be good, could be. And so I just want to wish you good luck. For playing versus water would be always stay loyal to your family no matter what, aka no voting off loved ones. Even if you think it's gonna might help you, the only way you should ever vote out a loved one is if it guarantees you winning the $1 million. All right. So besides that, always keeping the end game in sight, nothing momentarily. So on Survivor Blood versus Water, I definitely was super calculated. Nothing was done in the moment for that immediate satisfaction. Everything was for my end game of making sure anybody who voted off Nadia was sitting on the jury and had to vote for me to win at the end. And I never lost sight of that. I never lost sight of why I was upset and all the boys that voted off Nadia. So, it's intense playing against loved ones, and I hope that you guys give it your best shot. $100 prize is it's a pretty high stake. So good luck to everybody, and congratulations to the winner in advance. And I just want to say thank you too from the bottom of my heart for being a fan of the show and being a fan of me. It means so much when I hear people resonate with my story, especially my second season, because I didn't have the win and the $1 million to kind of close that chapter. I really had to look back on my journey on Extinction and appreciate everything I did, because I didn't win the money. I had to really reflect on that. So it means so much. It's because of fans like you, us crazy people get to go out and try and win some money every couple of years. So I just want to say thank you. And I hope everybody is staying well. Justin, thanks for dishing out the fire tokens for this cameo. I really appreciate it. And 4 episodes, 20 players, 1 survivor. Bye, guys.
All right. So hopefully that jazzes you guys up to play hard. And so we're going to dive in a little bit to how this is all going to work for those of you who are maybe new to this or haven't played a lot of orgs, that kind of stuff. You guys will be divided into teams. On Survivor, we call those tribes. As tribes, you will compete in various challenges, everything from trivia to word games, etc. And the tribe or tribes that win will earn immunity and will be safe. The losing tribe or tribes will go to tribal council and vote out one of their own members. So it's up to you how you vote and who you vote for. The only real rule is you cannot vote for yourself. In most cases, the person that receives the most votes at tribal council to be eliminated will be eliminated from the game. For those of you who are fans of Survivor, you know that there are sometimes advantages or twists that change that, but for the most part, whoever receives the most votes will be eliminated. If there's ever a tie vote, we actually are hearkening back to the early days of Survivor. If there's a tie vote, the player with the most previous votes cast against them will be eliminated. So this is something from the first 3 seasons that I love about old school Survivor, is that past votes can come back to haunt you. So keep that in mind. It's also maybe a good decision to always avoid the tie. If there are no previous votes against either player in the tie, and the tie cannot be broken with a revote, those 2 players then become safe, and we will draw rocks from the remaining players, which is basically the way they do it in Survivor now. But hopefully that all makes sense. If we ever encounter a tie, I'll explain these rules again, but just want to put that out there because past votes can come back to hurt you. At some point, the tribes will merge into one, and then it's every person for themselves. You'll compete individually. One person will win the challenge. They will earn immunity and be safe. Everyone will then attend the tribal council together and vote out the eliminated player. When the final players are left standing, a jury that's made up of people voted out of the game will vote to determine the winner. So you will vote people out and then ask for them to vote for you to win at the end, much like regular Survivor. So it's going to run very similarly to the traditional game of Survivor, with some twists that you might expect and maybe some new ones thrown in as well. We'll use Facebook Messenger groups for your tribe chats. So once we divide you into your tribes, I will create a group where all of you will be, so you can connect with your people and chat there around challenge strategy and whatever you'd like. And then we'll use Zoom chat for a majority of the challenges. I'm going to try tribal councils via the breakout rooms here on Zoom, which we've always done Facebook groups, and it's been a little bit of a mess. We're going to try breakout rooms for the first time. So it'd be great. So we'll mostly use Zoom, but you'll use Facebook for private chats and to vote during tribal council. Message me. You can communicate with your tribe members as much as you see fit and as much as they are willing to, but unless otherwise instructed, please only communicate with people that are in your tribe. So only people in your tribe. You cannot communicate with folks in the other tribe. I will also give you a hint, like make sure you check your spam or filtered messages on Facebook Messenger, because if you're not friends with the person yet, you might not see their messages. So just check those filtered messages. I've had many people been like, you never talked to me, so I voted you out. And they're like, I sent you a message a week ago. So just keep that in mind. However, we will have one exception. You will be allowed to communicate with your loved one throughout the game. So that is a little bit of a twist. I think, especially for those of you who live together, it'd be very hard for me to not have you talk about the game. So you will be allowed to speak with your loved one between episodes. So after tonight's episode, if you guys want to go and chat about the game, feel free. But that's the only person that you will be able to speak with that is not on your tribe. All right. And I do ask that you don't communicate with them during these episodes. And then once they are voted out, I know that will be really, really difficult if your loved one's voted out to not talk about the game, but if you can try to respect it, I'd really appreciate it. Okay. And then there's no screenshotting allowed or sharing of conversations. So you can't screenshot a Facebook Messenger message and send it to somebody else and say, look what they said. That's not allowed. Please don't do that. There's also no video or audio recording and sharing of strategy talk. So believe it or not, we've had people secretly record conversations and share them with other players. So there's none of that allowed either. So we're tightening up those rules. Please keep your strategy sessions private and do not share them with other folks. And no screenshotting of any kind. And as you can tell, many of these facets of the game rely on the honor system. So please respect the game, follow the rules. If there are any issues with the rules, please let me know. But hopefully everyone's here to have a good time and respect all the rules and play within the parameters that are given. I do want to say, I do know some of you. There are many of you that I don't know at all. But everything that is going to happen in this game has been predetermined and has been mapped out before the game even started. And nothing will change unless there's some sort of extreme unforeseen circumstance. So I'm not helping anybody that I know, and I'm not hurting anybody that I don't know. It's all been mapped out well ahead of the game, and nothing will change. I have had people that have received a ton of advantages just based on the way that the game was mapped out ahead of time. I don't change anything regardless of what happens in the game. So whether I know you or not, your chances are all the same. It's up to you what information you share about yourself. Some of you might know each other, even those of you who are not blood relatives or married or in any way connected. You might know each other just because it's a small world out there. So if you do know anybody, it's up to you if, how, when you share that information and what you do with it. Totally up to you. The online game world is pretty small, and I do a lot of my cast through networking. So some of you might know each other through that. Totally up to you what you share and how you leverage those relationships. I will also give you advice that the game will move very, very, very fast. For those of you who have played before, you know it moves very fast. So I would play aggressively, and I'd remember that anything can happen at any time. So even if you feel like you're on the bottom or maybe you're going to get voted out, just you never know what can happen. So keep trying and keep pushing. Please be respectful. I do not tolerate any sort of bullying. I think there's a fine line between playing aggressively and calling people out and kind of playing hard versus like making it personal. And I just don't tolerate any of that. So just be respectful of everybody in the game. As long as it's all game, then I'm going to let it go. But once it becomes personal or anything like that, that's where we will have an issue. So please just be respectful of everybody in the game. Again, we're all, I think, here to have fun. So hopefully we'll not have any of those issues. We haven't so far. So fingers crossed. If you can, I think you're all doing a beautiful job so far, but please follow the proper Zoom etiquette. Just make sure you're muting yourself when you're not talking, just to ensure everybody can hear the rules and everything that's going on. All challenge and game decisions are final. I try to make it so that there's no question about who wins and who loses, but every once in a while, I do have to make some judgment calls, much like Jeff Probst. And so I do have to sometimes make those calls, and those decisions will be final, even if you're mad about it. I'm sorry. We will be recording the episodes with some commentary from production and past players. So that's happening kind of behind the scenes. And we'll give you the links after the game is over. So you will not be able to see anything. It'll all be private until the game is fully complete. And so you feel free to watch those if you'd like. And we'll also upload some of my favorite confessionals. So I'd love over the course of the next 4 weeks for you guys to send me confessionals, what's going on in the game, how you're feeling, who you're aligning with. It just helps me kind of know what the strategy behind the scenes. Not required, but it's a lot of fun, I think. Some people take it to the extreme. Sometimes I get 30 videos between episodes, and that's fine. And sometimes people just do one or not, and that's okay too. All right. I'm trying to remember what's next. So to wrap it all up, your goal is to outwit, outplay, outlast. That is the motto of Survivor. Your prize, as you know, title of Sole Survivor, bragging rights. And although Natalie said $100, because there's such high stakes, we are going to double that, and it will be a $200 cash prize for the winner. So if you weren't willing to vote out your loved one before, maybe another $100 makes it worthwhile. So it will be a $200 cash prize for our eventual winner. And just remember, there is only one winner. All right. And one of your beautiful faces will go up on this wall of the Hall of Fame. These are our 6 winners so far. As you can see, we've had an even split of male identifying and female identifying winners, which is really cool. Winners of all ages. So I'm really excited to have one of you guys join the ranks. So Pandora's Island. Some of you, those of you who haven't played the game before don't know about this, and some of you who've played prior to this don't know either. So there is Pandora's Island. And at some moments throughout the game, players will have an opportunity to go to Pandora's Island. This could provide advantages, old or new in the game, disadvantages, release new twists, et cetera, et cetera. It could be really beneficial to you and or your tribe, or it could release disadvantages or punishments. Only the players that are involved in Pandora's Island will know what happened. It's up to them if they share that information with their tribe members and others in the game. If you think you see something that may trigger Pandora's Island, feel free to reach out to me privately. I will confirm if that trigger is real and explain what the details are. And then sometimes, as I said, everything's kind of predetermined. So sometimes Pandora will just select those based on certain things that they do or don't do in the game. If you have any questions on that, feel free to message me privately. Just know there's an island out there where twists can happen. And for those of you who are fans of Survivor, hidden immunity idols are in play. If you find a hidden immunity idol and you feel you may be voted out, you can play it after the votes are cast, but before they are read. So everybody will vote, you'll then play it, and then I'll read them. And if you have any votes against you, you'll be safe. You can also play it for an ally if you'd like to do that, and save them from being voted out. Again, there might be certain things that will trigger you getting immunity idols throughout the game. So that's why find is in quotes, because there's not a lot that you can do to really find one. It will pretty much happen because of things that you do or, again, don't do in the game. I talked a lot. Does anybody have any questions for the group? You can also privately message me if you have any questions, because I know I said a lot. I said it really fast, but I'm trying to keep us on time. Anything? Anything? Sweet. All right. So with that, we are going to divide you up into your tribes. And for the first time ever, because we do have blood versus water, we did determine the tribes ahead of the game to make sure that you are playing against your loved ones. So you will not be on the same tribe as your loved one. So the tribes are here as follows. So we have 2 tribes, Ama and Nero. This is blood and water in the Greek mythology. It's the closest words I could find to that. So these will be the tribes. So I will set up tribe chats for you shortly. Feel free to take it. If you want to take a photo of this, you can, but you'll also be able to see it shortly. I am going to ask right now, you should be able to, on your name, if you right click on it, I believe, you can rename yourself. If you can just add your tribe name to it, to your screen name on Zoom, that would be really, really helpful. So I think it's maybe in the more section. Yeah, if you click more after your name, hopefully everyone can find it. You can just add your tribe name afterwards. Great. Mariah did it. Mike did it. Brandon did it. Jesse did it. Great. If you need help, let me know. I think if you click more after your name, it should say rename, and then you can add your to it. All right. I think I need Alan, Emma, Katie, Marcy, Michelle. Let me know if you guys need help. Marcy's got it. This isn't a challenge, so I don't feel like you have to do it fast. Emma, I can rename you if you can't do it, if you haven't found it yet. Are you there, Emma? I think you might be on mute.
Sorry, I don't know how to rename myself.
That's okay. I think I can do it. No problem. Now I just have to, you're on AMA, right? Cool. I think we got everybody else. Perfect. All right. So these are your tribes. And before I create your tribe chats, we are going to go into our first reward challenge. We don't often do reward challenges on Pandora, but we are going to do one tonight. So I need everybody to grab their pen and paper, please. So pen and paper. I'm just waiting for Emma to be back. There she is. Oh, now we've lost Mariah. Michelle, can you come on camera as well? There she is. Great. Great. And oh, that's not. All right. Amanda's back. I guess you need Mariah back. And if everybody's muted, right? Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Perfect. All right. So this road challenge is called the importance of first impressions. How this is going to work is you'll all muted yourself, so that should be fine. You've got to stay muted for the whole challenge. I'm going to ask questions about fellow players in the game, alternating between tribes. So I'm going to pull a token to determine which tribe will go first, and the questions are kind of random. Each player in your tribe you'll have roughly 10 seconds to write down an answer. Every answer will be another player's name. Please write as large and clear as you can, and make sure that you're differentiating between Brendan and Brandon, if you have to write those names. As a tribe, you will reveal your answer to the camera at the same time. When I say reveal, please wait for me to say reveal. I'll pretty much count down from 10 and say reveal. And your goal as a tribe is to have at least 5 people write the same answer. So you want to try to write what you think will be the most popular answer. And just remember, it could be you. So you're basically just trying to have it's not quite a majority, but you have 5 out of 10 people in your tribe to have the same answer. If the tribe has at least 5 names that match, they will earn a point. First tribe to 4 points will win reward. There will be a rebuttal if the tribe that goes first gets to, 4 points, 4 points first. And the other tribe could get to 4 points in their next round. So it is 4 points to win. Sorry for that typo. 4 points to win. If neither tribe has 4 points at the end of all questions, then the tribe with the most points will win. And we'll have a tiebreaker if necessary. And your reward will be an immunity challenge advantage that you can use as a tribe at any challenge before the merge. So it could give you a significant advantage in an upcoming immunity challenge. So you definitely want to win this. Does anybody have any questions? Feel free to come off mute for a second if you have questions.
We obviously can't talk to our tribes, right?
Correct. So no private chatting with your tribes and no verbal chatting with your tribes. This should be all gut instincts.
Can we repeat names?
Yes, you can repeat names as much as you'd like, as long as it fits the question that is asked, in your opinion.
Okay.
I do have one question. I don't know if this screws up the entire game. Would it help anybody if I shorten my name to differentiate from Brendan, or is that gonna? Everybody good? We cool?
I think it's fine.
All right, sweet. All right.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, so everybody do stay muted. So the first tribe, Nero, you will go first. Emma, you will go second. All right, so looking to get 5 matches here. First question. What player on the other tribe do you think is the biggest Survivor fan? This is just Nero answering. What player on the other tribe do you think is the biggest Survivor fan?
Justin, is there a way you could put up the other tribe?
Oh, yeah, I think I could do that. I think I can just go backwards on this and we'll have that up for the whole slide.
Thank you.
The whole challenge. That might be helpful. There you go. Is that helpful? Great. All right. So Nero, the only one's answering. Make sure it's just the Nero folks. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody reveal. Nice and close. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have plenty of trays. So you guys get a point. Congratulations. So Nero gets a point. All right. Question number 2. This is for Ama. What player on the other tribe do you think has the biggest sense of humor or will be the tribe comedian? So who on Nero would be the tribe comedian? This is just Ama. Nero, sorry. Who on Nero will be the biggest tribe comedian? Just Ama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right. I can't quite see yours. Michelle, can you get a little closer? Got Brendan. We do not have a match there. All right. Back over to Nero. What player on the other tribe do you think will be really strong in challenges? What player on the Ama tribe will be really strong in challenges? First impression. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. There you go, Brandon. Jessica. That's 4 Jessicas. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. All right, still just 1 point for Nero. Ama, you're up next. What player on the other tribe do you think will have the best social game? Who will have the best social game? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right, we got Matt's, Amanda's, Leanne. Not Amanda. 1, 2, 3. Not quite enough. Not quite enough for a match. All right. Next question for Nero. Which player on your tribe are you most excited to get to know? So Nero, who are you most excited to get to know? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. There we go. Leanne. We have plenty of Leannes out there. Leanne gets, I should say Leanne gets the point, but Nero gets the point for enough Leannes out there. Great. All right, Ama. Which player on your tribe do you think could be most underestimated? Which player on your tribe is most underestimated? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Emma. Rachel. Marcy, David. 1. Hold up, keep them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Emmas. Not enough Emmas. Unfortunately, no points. All right. Next question for Nero. Who on the other tribe do you think is the biggest threat to win? Who on the other tribe do you think at this point is the biggest threat to win? So for the Nero tribe only, who is the biggest threat to win? 5, 4, don't hold them up yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right, we got Jessica, we got Brandon, we got Trey, Jessica. Not enough matches there. All right, back over to Ama. Same question. Who on your tribe do you think is the biggest threat to win?
Is it our tribe or is it the other tribe?
Your tribe. Who on your tribe do you think is the biggest threat to win? Sorry, did I say the other one? Did I say the other way last time? Sorry, then it should be the other tribe. Who on the other tribe? Who on the other tribe? Yeah, sorry. Who on the other tribe is has the biggest chance to win? Biggest threat to win, sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. There we go. Leanne. Michael, Matt. Oh, keep it up. Keep it up, Emma. Matt, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Matts. Do we have 5 Matts? Nope. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Leannes. Who do you have there? Rachel's at Josh. Yeah. Not enough. Not enough. All right. This is back to Nero. Who on the other tribe, so who on Ama, should your loved one align with? Who on the other tribe should your loved one align with? For the Nero tribe. Who on the other tribe should your loved one align with? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We've got Rachel's, we've got Trey. Alan and Rachel. We do not have enough matches, unfortunately. All right. Ama, same question. Who on the other tribe should your loved one align with? Maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. My thing's got Leanne. That's 5 Leannes, I believe. Yes, 5 Leannes. Leanne. Nero gets, sorry, that's Ama, right? Ama gets the point. So we have 2 points for Nero, 1 point for Ama. Back to Nero. Who on your tribe so far has made the biggest first impression? Who on your tribe so far, Nero, has made the biggest first impression? We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Plenty of Leannes. 3 points for Nero, 1 for Ama. Ama, who on your tribe seems the shyest or the quietest? Who on your tribe is the shyest or the quietest? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Michelle, 4. We've got 4 Michelles. I've got 3 Emmas, 2 Jessies, and a Marcy. Not enough points, not enough matches. All right, back to Nero. Nero, you could win it with this question. Who on your tribe is most likely to be a villain? Who on your tribe is most likely to be a villain? This is for the Nero tribe. And if you can get enough matches, you could win the reward. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. All right, we got Caleb, Rachel, Josh, Michael, Mariah, Matt, all over the place. All over the place. Not enough. Not enough. All right. Similar question for Ama. Who on your tribe is most likely to vote out their loved one? Who on your tribe is most likely to vote out their loved one? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We've got some Jessies and some. Where is it, Rachel? I can't see it. Rachel. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We do have enough trays, though. We have 5 trays. That is enough. Ama's got 2. Nero's got 3. Nero, once again, you could win. All right. Who on your tribe, Nero, do you think will be your most strategic adversary? Who will be your most strategic adversary? Nero. On your tribe. On your tribe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Michael, Amanda, Matt, Michael. Yep, all over the place. Naomi, did you have yours up? Sorry, I missed it. All right, not any match. So we could be going to a tiebreaker if Emma gets this correct. If not, Nero will win the reward. Emma, who on your tribe do you think will be your biggest challenge competition come merge? Who on your tribe, Emma, will be your biggest challenge competition come merge? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Jessica. Oh, we've got 5 Jessicas. That is a tie. All right, congratulations. We are at a tie. We go to a tie breaker. So Nero, your question is, who on the other tribe are you most looking to align with? That's not your loved one. I should have clarified that. Who on the other tribe are you most looking to align with that is not your tribe member or your loved one? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Trey, Jessica. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 Jessicas. So that is a point. Which means, Emma, you've got to get this to stay in the tie. Who on the other tribe are you least likely to align with? Who on the other tribe are you least likely to align with? Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reveal. We got Josh, Brendan, Michael, Matt, Amanda, Mariah. Not enough of a match, which means Nero, you guys win the reward. Congratulations. All right. We already did all this. So you will have a challenge advantage. I will send you guys a message in your tribe chats. I'm going to create those right now. You'll take about 5 minutes to get to know your tribe in your tribe chats once I set those up. So for now, please just hold tight. If you need to use the restroom, grab a drink, that kind of stuff, feel free. Don't go too far because in about 5 minutes or so, we will continue on with the game. So just hold on. I will create a new Facebook chat. And just remember, you can only communicate with people in your chat, in your tribe for right now. All right.
Well, what a start to this game.
Insane. I'm shaking. I'm not even in the game. It's crazy.
The amount of tea that just got spilt before they even had a chance to get to know each other. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word.
There's no way you could even hide your cards this early on. You just had to make some enemies, make some allies. Justin wanted to just stir the pot, and he did exactly that.
Yep.
He stirred the pot for the entire game.
I was saying in our private chat, Justin woke up this morning and chose drama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Also, welcome, Travis. If you don't know Travis, you should, because he's the winner of the first ever season.
Way back when in March.
Way back in my DA. Now, Travis, you've actually, even though you haven't played since season 1, you've watched probably more Pandora of anyone besides
watched every season.
Yeah. So, do you have some insight? I'll throw up the graphic in here. Do you have some insight of some possible early alliances coming up?
Yeah, so I think like the obvious one that we were talking about before is Alan and Matt, but they're not on the same tribe. So I'd be interested. I think Matt and Katie are gonna link up, and I think Marcy and Alan are gonna link up. Marcy went out pretty early in 5. I don't think she ever. I don't know if she was even with Trey. So I don't know if they've even worked together at all or talked at all. They might have been on different tribes. I don't remember. Who else? Rachel and Brendan. I think they were working together. You guys would know better than me.
Yeah, on original Nero, myself, Brendan, Rachel, and Megs were the undeciders. We did link up back in the merge, but they voted him out in the Big Brother round. So there's a little bit of bad blood there. So we'll see if they can patch that up.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how the loved ones play in because you can talk cross. So Caleb's with Brendan. So I wonder if Rachel's messaging Caleb right now, and who knows.
Yeah, that adds such a different layer to it because now you're not only strategizing for yourself, but you're going to be trying to help your loved one make connections over there, which then those loved ones will make the connections back. So that adds a completely different to that.
Is crazy, especially because the tribes are split evenly, so basically everyone has a connection to the other tribes. So there's no one missing out on this opportunity, meaning that for the first time ever, you actually have an insider, to the other side of the game. And it's going to be really interesting because you're probably going to this game is almost going to turn into some sort of mini game of telephone, because you're going to have people trying to piece together what this other tribe looks like based off of what their loved one is saying, but also based off of what they're hearing from the other loved ones. How reliable is their info? If you're a loved one and say you're something like siblings, which I think is probably one of the least closest bond, maybe I would like to think that siblings may be the closest to just being totally fine, ditching the other, as contrast to maybe saying being married, where you can actually have some pretty big consequences if you decide to stab your loved one in the back. But do you think if you if you did not care about your loved one's connection a whole lot, would you entertain the idea of giving your loved one false info about the tribe that you're on?
Wow, that's heavy.
It's so circumstantial. I don't know.
I feel like I would like thinking about either any of my siblings. I feel like I would have to trust them 100% in this, and I would you have to use every connection that you can to your advantage. So you have a family member in this, so it's and especially with them being on the other tribe. I mean, you could maybe hold back a little bit of info potentially, but I feel like I would dive in and just be get into a majority with these people. I'm working with these loved ones. You can always, later in the game, hold some cards back if you need to. But I think especially the first day or even the first 2 weeks, I personally would use my loved one, 100%.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see a majority, the same majority of loved ones between both tribes. These 5 then tell their 5 to link up with the same 5, and then it's the same and same.
That would
make sense.
They could just control everything.
Yeah.
We're going to need an alliance chart at some point. Who's with who?
It's going to get really messy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would definitely trust my loved one because, it's so hard to find someone to be loyal to in this game. And I think at the very least, going in with a loved one gives you that familiarity factor. So I would probably use that to my advantage. Maybe, like Joe was saying, hold back some information in the beginning. But yeah, especially in these first couple of rounds, these first 2 weeks, it's you definitely want the most knowledge and most information you can get. And if you can have that advantage of getting to talk to your loved one and know what's kind of going on in the other tribe, I think using that to your advantage is probably the best move, or that's at least what I would do.
So we talked about this twist and how it could potentially affect the game. But let's talk about the reward challenge we just had. What is some of the biggest notes you got out after watching that go down?
Leanne is a fan favorite of the whole cast, I feel like, which could be a good or bad thing. I don't know. I'm hoping it turns out to be good. I hope a lot of people want to work with her, and it doesn't end up screwing with her game this early, at least. But her name definitely came up for a lot of the. I feel like they were good, questions that she got answered. People wanted to work with her. They wanted to get to know her. So I think for at least the start of the game, that's a great start.
Yeah, definitely. I just wonder if it will kind of backfire having all these positive titles that you're given, like best first impression and who your loved one should align with. If that kind of is going to give a red flag for some of the other people on the tribe and try to get her out early. But if she can kind of work and try to work against that, and if she can kind of pick up on how people might view her as a threat, and kind of do some of that work early on, I think that would be really good for her game.
Yeah, I think it probably set her up really well for the pre-merge, but I think early merge is when it's really gonna possibly come back to bite her.
Especially if Trey's still in the game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Trey definitely plays really hard. I know he played in season 5, and I also played a separate mini with him. So he might be a target early on also.
Yeah, the other tribe could see, with Leanne being so popular on one side, they might want to take Trey out early to kind of cut that off. And then, Leanne will have to trust people that she doesn't know moving forward if he's not in the game at the merge. So there's a lot of layers to that for sure.
Absolutely. And we found out earlier from Justin that Leanne got immunity idol for being the first person on the Zoom. So that adds another factor. If she will know how to use that correctly and how long she'll try to hold on to that, and if her read is good early on in the game.
Do you feel like any players just completely flew under the radar during this challenge?
I think Amanda. I mean, Amanda. She'll play hard, and I think I could see her set up pretty well right now.
Yeah, there's a handful of people that I don't think got many votes at all.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing. Even if the question is good or bad, I mean, obviously bad, you don't want your name to come up, but even some of the good questions, it's probably better to just stay under the radar for some of those. We know how fast this goes, so anything can make you a target. So if even just names coming up, like someone's name just might be, in your head just from that challenge, and the first tribe that has to go to tribal, that'd be fresher in their mind than maybe someone else who was under the radar on that.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I kept seeing the same couple of names come up. So if you're one of the people that didn't have their names come up, I'd probably be pretty relieved right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a few minutes left. Before we even have our first challenge, let's have a moment and let's make some crazy predictions for this game. Give me your hottest take for this season.
Oh man.
Ooh.
2-time winner in Matt.
Oh, I said earlier how it would be probably the most unlikely, but I would die to see what a final 2 of Jessica and Matt would look like.
It's possible. You never know.
I mean, for the reason alone that they're both winners, we could totally see a Matt and Jessica alliance.
Mm.
They know that their targets are big. They're both very smart players, obviously. They could totally team up.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm hoping Nero continues their streak and just wins all the challenges tonight. Across 2 seasons, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. Leanne is like the star, so I hope she goes really far.
Yeah, that's my hot take. Leanne wins the season.
I'm here for that.
I just hope like the newbies stand a chance. And like, and I mean the double pair newbies, because like, if you have a loved one, I think it's different. But like the people that are completely new, I hope they're not just completely overpowered here.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard to stay unbiased too, because like I obviously want everybody that I know to do well. But yeah, I hope I don't know. I think it's going to be a good season. There's a really good mix of people, and I don't know. I feel like it's going to be unpredictable. I'm sure as this game
as it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I think even from season 6, what I kind of came to find out is like, just drop any expectations on Tuesday before you join the Zoom, because anything you think that's going to happen probably won't happen. Especially with Pandora's box in play, you never know what twist might happen next. So you always have to be on your toes, and you can't get too comfortable.
Let's not forget about that island, because it's a game changer. I mean, not to brag, I went there 3 times. No, not 3 times. I went there 2 times in season 3 and got an idol both times, and through another twist got a 3rd idol. So going into the merge in season 3, I had 3 idols at my disposal.
Oh my god.
And also in season 4, when they had it then, I also got sent there. And it still stands to this day. Any game that has had some sort of exile island, I've been on. And I think that's so funny.
Yeah, John knows Pandora's Island pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's having everyone come back.
Cool.
So we're going to take ourselves out here, but we will be back after the first challenge.
Mariah, Mike, Naomi, Jesse, are you guys out there? There we go. There's Mariah. Got Jesse, I think. There we go. Mike and Naomi. There we go. Perfect. Everybody's in. All right, sweet. Hopefully you guys got to know each other quickly. Those are your tribes, and that's how you'll be competing in your first immunity challenge. So this is the immunity idol. This is what you want. As long as your tribe is in possession of the immunity idol, you cannot be voted out, and your team will stay safe. So you're fighting for that. In our first immunity challenge, it's called Piece Together Your Camp. So there are going to be 10 jigsaw puzzles. These are all online jigsaw puzzles, and there'll be images of the essentials that are needed to build your tribe's camp. So imagine you just arrived to the beach. You got to get all your camp together. There'll be 10 jigsaw puzzles, one for each of you, all representing essentials that you need. So when I say go, each tribe member will be responsible for completing one of the 10 puzzles. We're going to determine who's doing what puzzle by a random draw, because you are going to be competing against your loved one head-to-head on these puzzles. All right? So you will be competing head-to-head on these puzzles against your loved one. Once you've completed your puzzle, you're going to take a screenshot of it or a photo of it and upload it to your tribe's Facebook chat. So you can either screenshot it on your computer, you can take a photo with your phone and add it that way, whatever's the easiest way. just make sure you capture an image of it and get it into your tribe Facebook chat, the chats that I just created. So I'm going to be monitoring the tribe chats to see which player completes the puzzles first for each tribe. If you complete your puzzle first against your loved one, then you earn a point for your tribe. If the tribe with the most points, once all the puzzles are completed, will win immunity. So basically takes 6 points to win, right? 6 out of the 10. There will be a 10-minute time limit to complete the puzzles. So if any puzzles are not complete after 10 minutes, they just won't count. If tribes are tied at 5 points each, whichever team completes all 10 puzzles the fastest will win. The losing tribe will go to tribal council and vote out one of their own members. But if you finish faster than your loved one and your tribe loses, you are safe at tribal council. So as long as you beat your loved one, even if your tribe loses, you'll be safe at tribal council. So there might be some incentive to allow your loved one to win, but it will make you vulnerable if your tribe loses and you're going to tribal council. So it's up to you how you want to navigate that, but you will go head to head with your loved one on these puzzles. I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions before we decide who's doing what puzzle? So I'm going to send you guys links in your tribe chats to all the puzzles. You'll click on the link, you'll do the puzzle, you'll grab a screenshot, put it in your tribe chat. Yes, Amanda.
We all do our own puzzles, right? So like everyone in the tribe is doing their own puzzle and it's whoever completes the most. Okay.
Yep, there are 10 unique puzzles, one for each of you, and we're going to determine who's doing what right now. So I just have the list of all the puzzles here. Oh, you can't see my video. Sorry. I was being so animated. You couldn't see any of it. So these are the list of the puzzles. So you can see shelter, firewood, fire. There's a random order here. And I'm just going to pull out your names. The shelter puzzle, shelter, will be Amanda and Emma. Shelter puzzle, Amanda and Emma. Firewood puzzle. Firewood will be Matt and Marcy. Matt is on here. All right. Fire. So the fire puzzle. Yes, Amanda.
These are jigsaw puzzles, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Michelle and Brendan will do fire. Michelle and Brendan will do fire. All right. The water well will be Jessica and Josh. Water well will be Jessica and Josh. The fish puzzle will be Rachel and Caleb. Rachel and Caleb will do fish. Coconuts. Coconut puzzle. Brendan was already picked, so redraw. Mariah and Jesse will do coconuts. The rice puzzle will be Brandon and Mike. Brandon is Emma. All right, we got 3 left. The raft. Emma was already picked. The raft will be Katie and Alan. We'll do the raft. Alan and Katie. The latrine. Who gets the toilet? Who gets it? That will be, I already picked them. Naomi and David will get the latrine. Which means the flag, the tribe flag, very important, will be Trey and Leanne. Okay.
Dustin, I think we are wanting to use our advantage.
All right. So you are using your advantage. Okay. Before you do that, I need to announce that Pandora has affected the game, and the Ama tribe will have a disadvantage in this challenge to begin with. So it's up to you if you still want to use your advantage, but they will have a disadvantage in this challenge, the Ama tribe. So I will tell you that Pandora's box was opened, and for that, the Ama tribe will have a disadvantage in this immunity challenge. So, Nero, do you still want to use your advantage on top of
that? No, thank you.
Okay. All right. So the disadvantage is the Ama tribe, you'll get a 30-second delay on receiving your puzzles. So Nero tribe, you will have a 30-second head start. So keep that in mind. Ama will have a 30-second delay. All right, so I'm just going to get the puzzles ready. So you should be able to click on this link. All right.
Are you sending it in the Zoom or on Facebook Messenger?
On Facebook.
Okay.
So Nero, you guys will get yours first. Nero, just want to make sure I give you guys the right flag. They're all labeled, so you should have no problem with that. Oh, sorry, the flag one was separated, but they should all be in there. Your time starts now for 30 seconds. Go.
Mine is show.
So once your puzzle's done, make sure you screenshot it and get it in your tribe chat. There's also about 5 minutes left on the timer. About 5 minutes left, about halfway through. All right, there's about 2 minutes left for your puzzle to count. 2 minutes. All right, it's about 10 seconds left to get your puzzle in for it to count. Five, four, three, two, one. All right, the challenge is complete. No more puzzles will count. All right, if everybody can hop back on camera for me. Perfect. All right. Well, it was a very, very close challenge. I will say that. But I want to say congratulations to Ama. You guys actually won the challenge. So you had 4 people submit their puzzles before their loved one: Trey, Alan, Jess, and Michelle. Sorry, you only had 3 that submitted before your partner, Mariah, Mike, and Naomi. So it was a close challenge. Those are tough puzzles. So don't be down on yourself. But that does mean that the Nero tribe, you are heading to tribal council. I'll give you guys a few minutes to strategize. And then I will put you into a breakout room. So don't leave the Zoom. In fact, why don't I just put you into a breakout room right now so we don't have any issues. Ama tribe, you have a little bit of a break. So don't go too far, but you'll have probably about 5-ish, 10 minutes while they do tribal council.
Hey, Justin.
Yes.
Wasn't there some rule like someone loses is immune or something?
Correct, yeah. So the 3 folks on Nero who finished their puzzle first, even though their tribe lost, will be safe. So you cannot vote for Mariah, Mike, or Naomi at tribal council. So Mariah, Mike, and Naomi are safe at this tribal council.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for reminding me. So everybody should have gotten a notification to go to a breakout room. Please do that on the Nero tribe. Everybody else should be able to stick here.
All right. So just finished our first challenge, and Ama is safe from tribal council, and we have Nero going to tribal council.
Poor Nero. That was a crazy challenge. Ugh. John, you're muted, by the way.
Thanks for that. But yeah, that was a long challenge. Great.
Those puzzles. I'll get you. Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey guys!
You made it.
I just
How
caught the
are
end of
you?
that. Who won immunity on the tribe that's going to tribal?
Mariah, Mike, and Naomi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike was the previous winner, right?
No, that's Matt.
Sorry.
I think I know Naomi and Mariah are both newbie teams, right?
I know Naomi is. I'm not sure about Mariah.
Because I want them to do well, like just newbie people. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Mike and his cousin are newbies too, so he's safe as well.
Oh, so that's the three newbies. That's really good.
So. Yeah, that's really cool.
So who does that leave us for a
That's
for
awesome.
elimination?
William, do you have the graphic?
Let me pull up the graphic. I
Yeah.
think I have it somewhere.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. To pull up the tribe graphic.
Okay, there we go.
Neuro is up. Let me take out this for a second. Yeah, so that leaves us with Amanda, Brendan, Caleb, Josh, Katie, Leanne, Matt, and Matt.
Wow.
All right.
Gosh.
Oh man, I'm worried for Caleb here.
What was that, Hannah?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. Is my audio really bad?
It was working fine, but you cut out.
This is so fun, but you know what? This is what I do to help Rachel play the game. Can you guys hear me? Is it working?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Did he mention that Matt is a winner?
Yes. Yes.
You mentioned
Oh,
all
that's gonna happen.
both the winners.
All the seasons, all the winners, all mentioned.
Mention it all.
Yeah. You think they'll just go for it and take out a winner this soon?
I don't
Who's
think
the
so.
winner on this tribe?
Just for the one that's up is Matt.
Okay.
And I think I don't see Matt going home this round. Like I said, he's a very like loyal and team player kind of person. Even if you think he's a threat, I don't see him going in the first few rounds here, just because he is so likable and you want to work with him. Yeah, I think he's fairly well spoken as well. You know, he does not come across as intimidating. If you saw him in a bunch, you would not pick him as a winner.
Got it.
That's good.
I don't know. I think, well, who do you think's going to get votes?
I think I don't want Caleb to go, but I feel like Caleb could be in trouble.
Rachel's husband?
Yeah.
That would suck. Why? Why do you have that feeling?
I feel like Brendan could spin it onto him.
That's true because Brendan was taken out by Rachel.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, would he be that spiteful this early?
I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past Brendan.
Actually, maybe not, because so Justin did send me Brendan's confessional and he said he wants to lay low in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
We'll see if he can actually do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I wonder if he knew Rachel was coming back, because he was kind of blindsided by her in some ways, and she had some big moves in our final 5 or final 6 with her hidden immunity idol that she used on Matt in our season, and she really came across, at least in my view, like I didn't think she had an idol at all. So maybe Brendan's going to use that information to get some votes onto Caleb. That's a good theory.
Yeah, you could spin it and say maybe he knows Rachel plays well, doesn't want to piss off Rachel, and doesn't go for Caleb. So I guess you could look at it either way.
Right.
Yeah. I'm nervous for Leanne here.
Yeah, see, here's the thing is like, yeah, she came out as, well, she didn't come out. She was recognized as a favorite of many, but I don't see her paying for that yet. I see her paying for that just before merge, when people are worried about people getting back together. I think with this type of game, with it being quick, you latch onto anything that seems like it has potential.
Mm-hmm.
And Leanne is someone that clearly a lot of people see potential in. So I think she's going to thrive in the first couple of rounds. It's all about if she can pivot, probably week 2 when she starts facing some opposition. Tonight, however, I don't see her having a problem. I think she's going to be fine.
That's a good point.
So. I wonder if like the newbies will stick together, and obviously with 3 of them being safe, I feel like they're going to be very popular in this time, because everyone's going to be trying to go to them for votes since they're safe, and then it's 1 in 7 chance of leaving instead of 1 in 10. So, yeah, I don't know. It could go either way or any way, really.
Yeah, that's a really good start for the newbies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it this way. Let's see if we can agree on one newbie and one returnee player as far as who's most likely to go out of each type.
Ooh.
So let's start with returnee. Out of the returnees in this tribe, who's the most likely to go home?
I guess Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say Matt too.
Yeah.
Not that I know him, but again, the winner thing.
Yep.
It really just depends on what the other players think of that. Like if they want to keep him around as a shield, they can do that. If not, they can just be like, hey, he had his chance. He won. Let's give someone else a shot.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
And who else is the returning players on this tribe?
Katie, Brendan, Amanda.
Brendan. Yeah.
Katie was almost first boot in her season, and she saved herself with an idol that she got by going to Pandora and giving her tribe, I think, a disadvantage, something like that. I wonder if Katie will get the first tribal.
Did anything come up during touchy subjects that was negative about one of them?
Nothing that really stands out that I can remember. Does anyone remember anything negative?
Not. We know Leanne got a ton of positive ones.
Yeah. Did Brendan get anything negative?
I feel like his name popped up a little bit. I don't remember what the question was, though.
All right, hold on, guys. We're going to go to tribal council right now.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, too.
Let's get it
All right. I have the votes. Once the votes are read, person will be asked to leave the Zoom immediately. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Justin, I'm going to play it.
All right, Leanne does have a hidden immunity idol, so any votes for Leanne will not count. All right. First vote, Leanne. Next vote, Leanne. Next vote, Leanne. 3 votes for Leanne, none of them count. Next vote, Leanne. Next vote, Leanne. It's 5 votes for Leanne, none of them counting. Next vote, Leanne. Next vote, Leanne. It's 8 votes for Leanne, none of them count. 9th vote, Leanne. None of them count. It's 1 vote left. First person voted out of Blood versus Water.
I'm so sorry.
Brendan.
I'm so sorry, Brendan. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Great move. That was awesome. That was awesome.
I'm so sorry.
All right, if you guys can please return to the main, I think you just click leave room and just go to leave breakout room.
I never had so many people spell my name right. Thank you. Oh.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Wow.
My
I can't even.
jaw is on the first floor of my apartment complex right now.
Holy shit. I'm shook.
I can't even right now. That was insane.
In this
First
house
tribal,
we
this is what we
stand,
get?
Leanne. In this house we stand, Leanne.
Oh. I mean, I love that move, that like Leanne boss move, but Brendan of all people, why didn't they split the votes again, John? Is literally what happened to us before.
I bet you Brendan was running the show over there and Leanne kind of picked that out. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to take out the head of the snake and take him out.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
This is when you work with her.
Not one person voted with her.
Right.
For
No.
the first vote.
No. So now, here's a question. I'm gonna pop this back on. Oop, sorry, it's transferring right now. I was gonna just take a look at their faces just to see their reactions. All right,
yeah.
hold on.
Casualty of Blood versus Water. Brendan, first casualty. All right. So we're moving on to immunity challenge number 2. Oh, hold on. I've lost. I'm going to. There we go. All right, this is called scavenger chain, and here's how it will work. So I will roll a letter die, like this, to determine the first letter that we will start with. One tribe member must find something, anything in their home that starts with that letter. For example, if it lands on A, you could find an apple. You will then take a selfie with that item and post it in your tribe chat. And then you'll write the item's name below it. So your task is not done until you say, here's a picture of me with the apple, and then write apple, all right? The next tribe member must then find an item that starts with the last letter of the previous item. So in the example of apple, it would be E, right? So you gotta go find the E and do the same thing. Take a selfie with it, post it, and write the item's name below. You'll continue to do this until you've posted all 9 items in your tribe chat, 1 for each tribe member. You cannot repeat the same item more than once. So if somebody does an apple, you can't do an apple again if you get to an A down the line. The item itself must start with the letter. It cannot be a descriptive word. So it can't be a blue sock for the letter B. It has to actually be sock, right? The letter has to be S for that. So it can't be a descriptive word. It has to be the actual item. I'm going to be flexible on some item names, like a shoe versus a sneaker. but just make sure it's a common name for it and that you write what you're intending the letter to be. So if you write shoe, the next person has to find the E. If you write sneaker, the next person has to find the R, right? So just make sure you're writing whatever you're calling it. Please don't count. Oh, plurals don't count. So if it's multiple items, ignore the S. So if you have a bunch of flowers, the S doesn't matter. It's flower, all right? So just plurals don't matter. You can go in any order, but all 9 players must post a photo. So Emma, you do have to sit out one member from this challenge, so figure out who you want that person to be. So the first tribe to post all 9 photos and type done in the Zoom chat wins immunity. So once all 9 photos are in there, have somebody come into the Zoom chat and write done, and that way I will know to go check. All right, so you've got to type done in the main Zoom chat. I will open that now so I don't forget. Type it here. So hopefully you have the Zoom chat open, and that's where you want to type it. Yep. So the first tribe to do all that wins immunity. The losers will go to tribal council. Does anybody have any questions? This is a selfie, so make sure I can at least see part of your face with the item. Don't just take a picture of the item. Make sure it's part of your face with the item. Yes.
So we can go in any order we want, but everyone has to do one.
Correct.
So we're going to send pictures through the Facebook Messenger.
You're just going to put it in your tribe chat where you're chatting with your tribe. You'll post your photos
and then
there.
we're also going to input what it is on the Zoom chat.
Right after it. Yep. So do the picture and then type the name of the item so that your next player knows what letter they have to do next.
And so are we going one at a time or all of us going?
You kind of have to go one at a time because you got to know what your letter is. So it's going to be based on what the previous person item is, because it's the last letter in their item. Make sense? All right. Emma, who is sitting out of this challenge? Does anybody want to take that spot? Anyone? And make sure you don't repeat any items. I do need to set out as soon as possible, please. Running a little behind. We always do on night 1, but.
Jesse.
I think we're gonna have Jesse sit out this round.
Okay, Jesse is sitting out. Great. All right. Great. So Jesse will sit out. All of the 9 have to do it. Make sure you don't repeat any items. Make sure you do the selfie of the item, post in the tribe chat. All right. So I'm going to roll the die to see what the letter is. Can you see it if I do it like this? So as soon as you know the letter, you can start. Whoever your first player is can go. So the letter is I. I as in igloo. I as in igloo. And you can go anytime.
Justin, can you let Naomi back in the Zoom?
I can try. I don't see her in there. I don't see her in the waiting room. There she is. Both tribes have submitted one photo. Both tribes chose ice.
I missed that entire description and everything and couldn't get back into the Zoom.
I'm so sorry. I think your tribe can help you. You can also read it here. Basically, you need to find an item with a letter that starts with the letter of the last letter of the item that whoever finds it before you. So in your tribe chat, you'll see the pictures, and wherever you are in the order, you got to ask your tribe where you are in the order. You'll need to find an item and take a selfie with it. Just make sure you're typing the items all in your Facebook chat. Nothing on Zoom, nothing privately to me. It's all in your tribe Facebook chat. Nothing in Zoom, nothing to me.
We type done on the Zoom, Justin. Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yep. You just type Zoom, done on the Zoom when all of your 9 items are done. You don't need to say done until all 9 items are done, though. Just so we're clear. That's for me to go in and check. Oops. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to send that to you directly. Hold on. Make sure that it is the actual item. It is not the name of the item. It's not the brand. It is whatever the item is. It's got to be what the item is. Also, please make sure they're all selfies. They have to be selfies. I have to see your face in the photo. All right, Nero is saying done. I'm just double checking. All right, congratulations to Nero. You have won immunity. Oops. Congratulations. They completed the task. Emma, you guys will be heading to Tribal Council. I'll put you guys in the breakout room in just a moment. So get ready to vote. Please accept the breakout room when I create it.
Mira.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, they needed that.
Man.
Well, Leanne needed that.
Yeah.
So
She
true.
did. She just needed time. That's what she
Mhm.
needs. She can absolutely work the hell out of this. I think that if anything, when you try to vote out someone, idol or no idol, and it backfires, you at least, I think most people tend to back off and try something else the next tribal council. With this game, it's a little bit different because you don't have a lot of time. So it's just like, okay, well, we know that she doesn't have another idol, so let's just try again. But also, don't know the dynamics of this really. And for all we know, Brendan could have been the ringleader person responsible for Leanne getting out there. And like Travis was mentioning, maybe just the name to throw out there, and people were happy to go with it because someone threw out a name. And that's all it could be, I don't see Leanne being hated in this tribe, and I think that she has plenty of opportunity to come back from this.
I think especially if she comes back graceful and understanding like their decision to vote her, put her name down, and she kind of like shares that there's no hard feelings and she wants to move forward, and she does a good job at convincing them that she's not going to hold a grudge against them. I could definitely see people being open to working with her, and especially so early on, you don't have much to base your vote off of. Now she has a second chance to try to solidify these relationships a little bit better without having to go to tribal this round.
Do you think so? Leanne's a new player, right? Just making sure. Do you think her being a new player worked to her advantage to playing in the idol? Because I think that if you're experienced, a lot of people would much rather keep their idol if they knew their name was on the table for travel, like for the first one. Because some people would say, hey, my name's already out there. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, because what's the point of playing an idol on the very first tribal council?
Yeah, I was thinking about that before tribal, like if she would just play it just because. So yeah, I don't know if it's, just it's her first time, or who knows, maybe somebody could have tipped her off. I mean, there's so many different things that could have happened.
A loved one could have tipped her off too.
That's true.
That could be an attack on Trey. We don't know.
Right, right. He got some of those touchy subjects. So yeah, I wish we could like interview people. Obviously we can't, but I would love to know like if Leanne just like played it, or if she had a feeling, or but obviously it was the right move, and she took out a big threat. I mean,
Brendan was definitely a big strategic guy. He is someone that if he didn't go that first round, he would have been around making some of the bigger strategic moves, in my opinion. So
absolutely.
I don't even know if Leanne knew that. Maybe Leanne just put down the first person that she thought of.
Right. Yeah, I hope he didn't. Yeah, I hope he didn't like overplay it that too quick. I still can't even process that whole thing. It's so good because it's like it's so good for Leanne, but it's like you hate to see someone that go out that way. But that's
I don't think I've ever seen a more exciting day one board though.
Right. For real.
I feel like this is gonna sound horrible, but I feel like she already can't win the game. Like I feel like that was such a good way to start for her, that she already has the perfect story if she makes it to the end, and no one's gonna take it.
Yeah,
that sounds horrible.
She added to her bucket list way before people even knew how to spell it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wonder if this is going to negatively impact Trey now that Leanne got all of the votes in her first tribal council, if the same is going to hold true for Trey, because Leanne was getting some of the good first impression categories, and Trey was getting some more of the negative ones. So if that theme holds true of people whose names came up a lot in that first reward challenge, I wouldn't be surprised to see Trey receive some votes here.
That's a good point. And because the loved ones can talk to each other, they're all telling them that Leanne played an idol. So they could maybe think Trey has something. Maybe they won't vote for him the first time to see if he plays something. That could factor in.
Yeah.
Trey could be in trouble here.
no one wants to be idled out the first vote. So if they think Trey might have an idol also, that might get him to survive this vote at least.
So, what do we think about Brendan going home, and what does this mean for Michelle?
I think that this honestly might be good for Michelle's game. Like, we saw Natalie on the cameo before, and we know how that went for her in her season. So maybe not being associated with anyone might help her game. Who knows?
All right. Well,
Here we
we're
go.
about to hit to the tribal council, so let's sit back and watch.
Oh my gosh.
So I asked the same question to Matt, so I'm going to also ask it to Jessica. Jessica, do you feel like coming back as a winner, does that put a target on you, or is it an easy thing to say, hey, like, bring me along as a shield, but no one's going to vote for me to win in the end? Like, what's your strategy as one of the two returning winners?
I definitely feel like there's a target on my back for sure. I'm hoping people might see me as an asset so that I can help them out. Hopefully they can help me out. I actually feel more pressure this season since I was a past winner, and I kind of don't know how to feel it out this season. So we should see.
All right. Michelle, I'll come over to you. Brendan, the first person voted out. How do you feel about that?
I had a feeling this question was coming. Well, when I think about Natalie's season of Blood versus Water, her twin sister got voted out first round and she ended up being a winner. So I don't want to call the shots too soon, but I'm going to do my best to go on without him.
Gotcha. That's great. Trey, I've been asking a couple of the returners, do you feel like being a returner, does that give you a little bit of an advantage because you kind of know what's coming a little bit, or is it a disadvantage in any way?
I think there's, I don't think it's necessarily black and white. I think there are advantages and disadvantages. Obviously it paints you as someone who's pretty sus, like right off the bat. You are perceived to have more game knowledge, even if that isn't quite the case. I only got to play 2 days of your game, so I don't know what end game really looks like.
Oh, I think your sound cut out, buddy. Or my sound cut out. One or the other.
Can you?
No. All right, we'll move on. It's all right. Emma, I'll come over to you. You are officially the youngest person we've ever had on Pandora. Do you feel like that's an advantage or a disadvantage from your perspective?
I would say it's both ways because, I'm younger, therefore I'm perceived as more like naive but people also think I can just be a number. So it could just be both ways.
All right. Rachel, did you do any preparation for your loved one when you were kind of bringing them into the game? Is there anything that you gave them advice on or anything that you thought you'd share?
I'm pretty independent, so I want to keep my cards close, but I obviously wanted him to do well. I think he'll be fine, hopefully. I just told him to just see who you feel good about and go from there. I don't know. I'm terrible. I just left him hanging now that you asked that question. I'm the worst. Oh, God.
Brandon, was there anything about that kind of first impressions reward challenge that surprised you or anything that kind of stood out when people were kind of throwing names up?
I did see my name throw out a couple times. I can't particularly remember which question it was, so I'm just gonna let it fly. So people are gonna have their first impressions. I obviously have my first impressions, but I think we got a strong tribe, and I'm confident that moving forward, like we got a little wishy-washy in that challenge, but I think moving forward we're gonna be rock solid.
All right. For any tribal councils, I'm going to leave the floor open. If there's anything anybody would like to say and you want to talk about via tribal council, we'll kind of openly, we love live tribals. So if there's anything anybody would like to say out in the open, this would be the time. If not, we can move on to the vote.
Is my mic working now?
It is. Yes, there it is.
That's all I wanted to say.
Perfect. All right. So unless there's anything else anybody wants to say, we'll move on to the vote. You're going to privately message me on Facebook, not on Zoom, please, and not with your loved one. Just send me a note personally with the name of the person you'd like to vote out. And if you can do that in the next minute or two, that would be great. All right. Once the votes are read, I will ask the person to leave the Zoom. Please, just a reminder, if you do everything in your power to not talk to your loved one if you are voted out about the game until the game is over. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. And I will just say, if you are trying to play it and I don't acknowledge it, please let me know, because sometimes people are on mute and they don't realize it. So I've had that happen once or twice. All right. So with no idols, here we go. First vote, David. Next vote, Emma. One vote, David. One vote, Emma. Next vote, David. Next vote, David. 3 votes, David. 1 vote, Emma. Next vote, David. Next vote, David. 5 votes, David. 1 vote, Emma. Next vote is for David. David with 6 votes. That is enough. That is a majority. Thank you so much for playing. And if everybody else can please just click leave room, but go back to the main room. Don't leave Zoom if you can help it. But thank you so much for playing, David. And everybody please pop back over.
It was short but sweet. Have fun, everybody. The oldest and the youngest got the votes.
One, two, three, all right. Nero tribe getting a look at the Ama tribe. David voted out. Second, David was our casualty from Ama. All right. You guys can still see my screen, yeah? I don't know. Now can you see my screen? Perfect. All right. So, had a couple challenges, had a couple tribals. It is now time to drop your virtual buffs. So we are going to change up the tribes. All right. So this is how this will work. It'll be pretty simple. We are moving from 2 tribes to 3 tribes. So we are adding the Anantia tribe. Anantia is the Greek word for opponent. So blood, water, and opponent. I'm going to basically put all of your names into the bag. As I pull your name, you will pick a number that will determine what tribe you will be on. Just gonna write this down. Okay. Yes. All right. So I do have to escape so I can do this. Okay. And I'll just do this. All right, so come off mute, have your number in your head so we can move this fast. Know what number you're gonna pick. First pick is Amanda. Which number would you like?
I choose number 1.
So you'll be on the new Anantia tribe.
Ooh, sounds magical. Enantio.
All right. Up next is Brandon.
I'm gonna go with lucky number 17, please.
17. You are on Miro.
Oh, interesting.
All right. Up next is Caleb.
Go with number 11.
11. You are also on Anantia. All right. Sorry. Just making sure I remove people from the chats after they were voted out. All right. Next up is Matt.
10, please.
10. You are on Ama. All right. And next is Rachel.
2.
What'd you say?
2.
2. You are on Ama. Up next is Marcy.
6.
6. You are on Ama. Up next is Leanne.
I'll take 15.
15. You are on Ama. Up next, Emma.
I'll take 16.
You're on Anantia. Up next, Mariah.
I'll take 8, please.
8 is Anantia. Up next is Josh.
I'll go with 7.
7. Miro. Up next, Alan.
Number 4, please.
Miro. Jessica.
9.
Miro. Naomi.
18.
Ama. Trey.
13, please.
Ama. Katie.
I'll go 14.
Nero. Michelle.
I'll take 12, please.
Anantia. Michael. Michael, are you there?
Sorry, 3.
3. You are on Nero. And that means, Jesse, you are on Anantia. All right. So those are the new tribes. I will create new tribe chats. So please freeze all tribal, old tribe chats while I get these sorted out. Yeah. So just pause all those chats. I'll be right back once I've created those for you.
All right, guys.
Tribe swap already.
Wow.
I know. This season is so exciting already.
For real.
Seriously.
Ugh. Where to begin?
Yeah, so let's talk about that tribal. We were all thinking Trey was in hot water because of a potential advantage, but it looks like they ended up going for David, and David went for Emma. What is our thoughts on that?
I was kind of sad to see David go.
Yeah.
Me too.
I feel like
Agreed.
that might have been the easy vote to target the oldest person on the tribe, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of when people do that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, especially like first tribal to this tribal, both of the older people getting targeted first. Not liking that.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
But definitely a lot calmer of a tribal than the first one.
Yeah. But both were 9-1 votes, so it's hard to say like if any lines have been drawn.
Right. And
Oh, well, what do we think about some of these new tribes that have their pairs together?
Yeah, like which I forget half.
Yeah,
the
let me
pairs.
put that. Let me
Yeah.
put that back up here. So right here you see the tribes.
Can you pull up the pairs graphic again?
Yeah, let me pull that up here.
Okay, so on Inatia, it's Amanda and Emma, and Mariah and Jesse. So that leaves Caleb
and Michelle out.
Michelle out of it.
Oh no, I don't like that.
So
I don't
Michelle is in not the best position, I'd say.
I think Caleb's even worse because they'll probably go for Caleb because he still has a partner.
That's a good point.
That is fair because Michelle, she's on her own. She's up against two couples and she doesn't have intel, whereas Caleb does have intel at least. So, and as we know, information is power. So I think that breaking up these couples could be a big factor for these first boots.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, he's linked with Rachel, who played last season. Caleb, I mean, and maybe that would make him a bigger target because of her. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think you're definitely right. Michelle and Caleb probably are in a tough spot.
Yeah, they need to work together and maybe approach one of the pairs and try to make a 4. But
yeah,
there's a lot of newbies on that tribe too. I think only one
Amanda's
of
the only returnee.
Amanda was the returnee. Yeah, so they could maybe
That'd be pretty cool.
I think
do that.
I think it's obviously easy to assume that those pairs will stick together. So Amanda and Emma and Jesse and Mariah. But who's to say that Michelle and Caleb won't just pair up now and approach one of those other pairs, and then maybe they're not necessarily going to be the first group.
Yeah, that would be the move for sure.
And who were together originally? Amanda, Jesse, and Caleb, right? Or no, Amanda, Mariah, and Caleb. So it's 3-3, I think.
3-3 from original tribes.
I think so.
I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Also, now Trey and Leanne are also on the same tribe, as is
Matt and Marcy.
Matt and Marcy. So Naomi and Rachel.
Oh man, it's like the same situation as they're in the same exact spot as Caleb and Michelle.
Yeah.
Naomi lost her dad, and then Rachel is solo, and she's a returning player. So literally, it's the same thing. Like Rachel and Naomi need to get together, and then Leanne and Trey are probably going to be big targets. So I could see either Rachel and Naomi could link up with them because they'll know that they're big. You know, Leanne and Trey will need some kind of an alliance, or if they go with Matt and Marcy, they could target Trey and Leanne.
And sorry, who was the winner again? Jess and
Matt.
Okay, so I wonder if Matt would be also a target here.
Yeah. And we don't know. Maybe Rachel is like working closely with Trey at this point.
Yeah.
That's true.
I do remember Rachel voted a lot of positive things for Leanne. She was one of the few people I could actually see her screen. So,
I don't see Rachel going for Leanne. But.
Yeah, and the girls have a majority there too.
Yeah.
And then Nero, who are the pairs there?
Is it
Mike?
3 pairs?
Brandon and Mike are a pair. I know that.
Josh and Jessica and Alan and Katie. Yep.
Oh wow,
that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
that is gonna be really good.
I hope.
Do you think Jessica might get targeted?
Yeah, I think so.
Jess and who?
I think Jessica, just because she won.
Yeah. See, it'll be interesting because Jessica is definitely a really good social player, so I could totally see her getting out of it. But it's also just like, who feel like Alan could be the type of player that recognizes Jessica as a good meat shield. I could totally see Alan wanting to keep Jessica around for that and trying to vouch for that. Because Alan has been on 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan has made jury in both seasons. And Jessica is the only person in that group that's going to be a bigger threat than him. So if Alan's smart, really Alan should be advocating for Jessica to stay, knowing that she could be so valuable come merge, as people are going to be much more focused on her then. And he can get some of the hot water out of his bath.
That's a great point.
Yeah. I have a hot take.
Let's hear it.
Are Caleb and Rachel actually in the best position because they're the only 2 people that can talk cross tribal?
Oh, good
only 2
catch.
people. So if they can survive and make it to a merge scenario, that might be really good for both of them.
That's a good call.
Awesome. Yeah.
But they got to survive.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that. Do you think other people are going to pick up on that is the question.
I don't think so.
It's true. I mean, none of us was thinking about it until you mentioned it.
I think you're so focused on your own tribe and what you're doing that but give them a week and they could. But right now, I don't.
That's what I was gonna say. After the tonight, if Caleb and Rachel are both still in, it'll definitely come up at some point.
Yeah.
They start connecting the dots and then they'll start to put it together. But right now, in the first couple of votes, I wonder if they'll go to tribal 2 more times tonight. How many more times do you think they're going to go tonight?
Probably
I feel like they just one.
Yeah. I don't know. I could be
I
wrong.
feel like they're definitely do at least a double tribal, at least once.
Yeah, because we did 4 when there was 18.
Mhm.
Oh wait, is this tribal? It's over?
Oh, they did a challenge already?
Yeah, we're on the challenge. You guys want to listen in?
Oh, it's the challenge? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was tribal. I was like, oh gosh.
Come on, Caleb.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's where I am going to give you the task and the danger words. You want to make sure you pay attention to the danger words. You don't say any of those words. If you do, it will not count. I'll just send you the next task right away.
Okay, like taboo.
Like taboo, exactly like taboo. Yes, exactly like that. You will need to turn your camera off, and everybody else needs to turn their mic off unless Michelle tells you to do differently. All right. And I will start the timer when I do the first, when I submit to the, no, not camera, silly goose. All right, 5 minutes. All right, and all right, you got your first task. It's going in now. You got it, Michelle?
Okay, so I need someone to go into the bathroom. Anyone? Amanda, go into the bathroom. And I need you to grab what you would wipe yourself with. Quickly! You got it! Run! Yes, okay. What is the opposite of your feet? And which one do you write with? Okay, I like that. Can you take what you wiped with and lift it up in the air? What you wipe yourself with. Mm-hmm.
All right, complete.
Okay. Jesse, you seem like you're ready to move. Okay. Jesse, I need you to face the opposite direction of your computer screen and or phone screen. Okay. If you were to get a piercing, where would it be? That's a weird question, but where's the most? Yes. Okay. Wait, right there. Okay. Use the same body part that Amanda did on the same side earlier. Yes. Okay. Do what you just did. Okay. Now, if I said 1, 2, 3, what's the next number? Okay. Now, keep doing that, but also do what you were doing before when you were touching a certain body part. Is he doing it, Justin?
Nope, you got to read the clue.
Okay. You need to touch the piercing part while doing what you're currently doing. You need to grasp. Yes. Is that it?
Nope.
With 1, 2, 3. Is that it? Does that suffice?
No, you got to read the description.
Switch sides with everything you're doing. Oh my gosh. Okay. No?
Nope.
Okay. Yes. Come on. That's it, right? Oh. And you need have your body be 180 degrees in reference to your screen.
Make sure you're reading the description all the way through.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Take the hand that Amanda was using. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now with the other hand, do what you're doing right there. Oh my gosh. Can I skip a task?
You cannot skip a task in about 30 seconds.
Okay. Take the hand that you don't typically write with. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3 in your right hand. You're using both hands here.
Yeah, you can't say those words.
Okay.
I gave you a new task. Time has expired, though. Time has expired. So we got one. Got one task. All right. Stick here. And
what was it supposed to look like?
Okay.
Oh, it was supposed to be both hands?
Mm-hmm. I said
Oh.
hands though. So
I did this, but I didn't know it was both hands until she said both hands. No, at very last minute.
It was a good try. That was crazy. Thanks for trying so hard, Jesse, too.
I know, I didn't know.
Oh, you did fine. That was just hard.
Just waiting to be added to the other breakout room here. Oh. Well. Gonna add you guys in real quick, giving you a quick heads up. Boop, boop.
I feel so bad for Michelle. Oh,
that was rough.
That's rough.
Totally.
That challenge is hard, though. It's really tough.
Yes. Yep. 100%.
How many words can't you say? Like
1,000.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm exaggerating. It's 15, maybe.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna go pull it up because I'll need a couple minutes. But yeah.
Did Michelle volunteer for that one, or how was that chosen?
It's a good question.
She probably volunteered.
Yeah.
Do you think she's in hot water for that?
Yeah, Amanda was not happy.
No.
I think if Amanda has anything to say about it, she'll voice her opinion, to put it lightly.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That stinks. Maybe the other tribes will get 0 and then they'll win with one card.
Maybe there's a tiebreaker. Maybe another team only gets 1.
Right. Oh man, that's tough.
Why did she pick Jesse when? Well, she didn't know it was both hands, I guess. But that was the worst.
Right, because he had to hold his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Michelle. That was man. That was the first tribe to go, right? We haven't seen the other two.
No, we haven't. I'm waiting to hear back from Justin if that's going on right now. If he hasn't added me or anything like that.
It doesn't let you join.
No, so there's a breakout room and there's the main room, and right now there's no one in the main room, and there's only the tribe we just watched in the breakout room. So I don't see a second breakout room that I can join. So I'm just waiting to see from Justin. So yeah, but no reason to have dead air, so I figured we could at least talk. One thing that we didn't get to talk about is how do we feel about Naomi now that she doesn't have her partner?
I think she's screwed, honestly.
Let me pull up the tribes real quick to see, so we can actually see who she's with here. So Naomi is with. Where is she?
I think Leanne will be like, Naomi's an easy vote. She voted for me. She's not going to go for Matt because Matt has Marcy and Rachel wasn't there, so I don't think she'll go for Rachel.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And I think Rachel will approach Leanne to work with her.
Yep.
So in terms of like the two people who aren't in a pair, I think Naomi might be in a bad position.
I think Naomi and Matt, because I think Rachel, Leanne, and Trey are going to get together.
Yeah.
And maybe Naomi, and then maybe Matt and Marcy are actually screwed because Matt did vote for Leanne.
Right.
Yeah, because
Rachel technically needs like a number 2 if there's 2 pairs. So if Rachel and Naomi pair up, like it might not make sense for Rachel to target Naomi. Just to, if she needs a second person.
So it's tribes of 6, which is an interesting number.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room to hide.
No.
Only need 4.
It's always interesting, right? Because it's like 6 always feels cramped. Not cramped, feels like small. And then you got 10, which feels kind of cramped. 8 is always, I think, the sweet spot where I feel like if the tribe's your oyster, you can do either or. But it's like you can't hide in 6. And in 10, it's like it's hard to manage everything. So you got different pros and cons with having a small versus big tribe. I think that this will definitely help out. I think like Leanne is a huge win by this, not only because she's by Trey, but because she'll have less people to manage, which is going to be good for her as a new player. Honestly, going to small tribes is going to benefit all new players. So that's a win for all of them.
I think even in the case if Trey and Leanne were to be targeted by the other 4, I think Trey is probably a little bit of a bigger threat. So if they were to go for one of them, I think it would probably be Trey, especially since he's played before and he's like he does orgs, like he's big into the org community. This is Leanne's first org. Like I think probably taking out Trey is more of a strategic move than it would be to take out Leanne if they do decide to go at her at the first time they go to tribal. I don't know. Should be interesting. Yeah, I would not have volunteered to
do that.
No. I feel like this early on, you just put a target on your back. Like, there's not much to go on this early.
Or no.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Double check. I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Oh,
but-
here we go. It looks like we're
All right, so
about
your
to watch the other
advantage
tribal.
is that you'll get an additional 30 seconds on top
they're
of
using
the
an
time. So you have
advantage.
5 minutes to do the tasks, but
that's a good call.
you'll have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to do all your tasks.
Huh. So we don't know how other tribes did, right?
You do not.
Okay.
You do not. Do you have any questions on how this is
I
going?
have one question. Is there only one immunity or is there 2?
There is one immunity.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
The other 2 tribes will go to tribal council, yes.
Good thing we played this.
All right, so I'll set the timer for 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Who is your caller?
That is me.
Let's go, Brandon.
Brandon.
Who goes first and stuff?
So it's totally up to you what the order is. I just need Brandon to shut off his camera, and the rest of you mute your microphones unless Brandon tells you to turn them back on. All right. So you won't be able to see Brandon, but you'll only be able to hear him, and he won't be able to hear you, but he'll be able to see what you're doing. Make sense?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, cool.
Brandon, on Facebook Messenger, I will send you the tasks.
All right. Are you sending them one at a time, or
one at a time?
Okay.
If you once you get it complete, I'll say complete and send you the new one right away. Or if you say a danger word, I'll just say nope, can't do that, and I'll send you the next task. So it'll happen right away as soon as you either complete it or you say a danger word.
Cool.
All right.
We're just doing it on camera. We don't have to send you anything.
Correct. Yep. As soon as I see you do the task on camera, good. All right. Ready to go?
I am. I'm starting with Alan.
Yep. Here we go, Brandon. You got this,
Make
baby.
sure you're on mute, Alan. Everybody on mute until he tells you to turn it on. All right. Your first task is in and go.
Can you find a bathroom and get a roll of toilet paper? With your non-ring hand. Freak.
That's a hand. Yep.
Sorry.
Next task up.
All right, turn around. Ring. To the side of your head that you hear with. The ring one. And with the other one, digits, not your thumb. Not your thumb.
Correct. Complete.
All right, moving to Josh. The comfortable thing you put on the bottom of your body under your wares. You hang them on your fireplace for Christmas. You hang them on, and you put it on your ring side, like a Sesame Street. There you go.
Not complete.
Ringside. There you go.
Complete.
Thank you. Who's next? Mike? Let's go, Mike. I need you to do a 360. No, a full 360. And then exercise like an angel. Yep. And sweet.
Complete.
Moving on. We did it. Katie. Or Jess. I don't know. Katie, good. Turn up. Sorry. Didn't read the whole thing. I need to hear you. There you go. Hydrate or dihydrate?
No, you can't say it. Can't say
Oh!
it. Yeah.
All right, move. Next task. Sorry.
That's it. Those are all 5. So you got 3 out of 5.
Oh, shit.
All right. So I will kick you guys all back into the main room now. All right. Do we have everything? All right.
Whoa.
Everybody can pop on camera for me. Perfect. Got everybody. All right. So it was a tight race once again. Congratulations, Emma, with 4 tasks complete. You have won immunity. So you will be safe, which means Anantia and Nero will be going to tribal council. However, both tribal councils will be first thing next Tuesday, which means you have 1 week to figure out how you're going to vote and strategize with your allies or your enemies to figure out that vote. So that'll kick off the first thing next Tuesday. So it's up to you how you handle that. Emma, you'll be safe. So that is that. So tribal will be first thing next Tuesday for Anantia and Nero. And then we'll move on with the rest of the game. Just a quick reminder, we're going to wrap up for tonight, only 14 minutes late. Thank you for your patience. Please do not communicate with anybody outside of your tribe except for your loved one. After we close tonight's Zoom, you're feel free to talk to your loved one if you would like, except for Naomi and Michelle. Please do not discuss the game with your voted out loved ones to the best of your ability. Would appreciate that to keep the game as pure as possible. If anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know privately. But that is it for tonight, and I will see you all next Tuesday for episode 2. And if you have any questions in the meantime, let me know. I'll be sending you guys some tree mail over the next week to give you a little hints on what's coming up next week. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But exciting to see the game kick off. You guys are doing awesome already. I know it's moving really, really fast, but now you get a little bit of a breather. You can chat with your tribe mates, get to know your new tribes. And we'll see you all next Tuesday. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye, everybody.
All right, and with that, we are going to be talking about everything that we just witnessed tonight.
Wow.
I have no words.
What a great first night. That was awesome.
Yeah. I can't believe only 2 people went home. I'm really shocked by that.
Yeah, they're only going to week 2 with 18.
Yeah. Next week's probably gonna be crazy.
Wow. So that was definitely a wild ride. I feel like even though only 2 people went home, a lot happened. My head was kind of spinning with some of those twists at certain points. It should be real interesting to see what shakes up this next week. Now 2 tribes are going to tribal council right in the beginning of next week's episode.
I love the fact that they get a whole week to talk about it. I think we're going to see much more. We're not going to see. I don't think we'll see an easy vote. I think this will be well calculated. It'll give a chance for these new tribes to get accustomed to each other. And let's take a look at those tribes one more time. Now that we know which tribes are going to tribal council. So we had Emma safe for this round, so they are sitting cozy. Let's get them out of the way real quick. We got Matt, Rachel, Marcy, Leanne, Naomi, and Trey. That is definitely huge. Leanne was in hot water at the beginning of tonight, is now safe for a whole week, and she gets plenty of time to get herself in a better spot. This is exactly what she needed, what we said she needed, so this is great. Matt seems to be doing good. Have not heard any that we didn't see any votes for Matt, which is surprising. It's also kind of interesting that basically Leanne could have got out anyone she wanted, and if you're new, you may think, let's take out the winner. So something tells me Matt's already doing some work over there and has gotten himself into a decent spot. What's your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Right, she could have taken out anyone. So was there a specific reason? Was she targeting a returner? Is Matt, she could have gotten a good vibe from him. So that's a good point. I think this is really good for Naomi and Rachel, especially because it'll give them the entire week to work their way in wherever they need to. There's some big names on that tribe, as we mentioned, Matt, Leanne, Trey. So it's going to be really interesting to see where Rachel and Naomi navigate with that. Like I said, I think they need to pair up immediately, and then all they need to do, hopefully, is just get with one of the pairs. So that would, it's interesting because Matt's on one side, and then Leanne and Trey as a threat are on the other. So that would be my guess. Is like I feel like Rachel and Naomi or maybe the swing, and get to kind of pick which side they want to go with.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think if I'm Naomi or Rachel, I'm super happy that I'm not going to tribal this next vote, especially just not having a pair. It'll give them extra time to make some connections with the two pairs that are on their team. Probably really important for them to play a strong social game this next week. Try to start to make some connections and get involved with some of the conversations, even if they're not going to tribal those first two votes. There's a good chance they might have to go at some point next Tuesday. So definitely smart to make some plans up in the event that they do have to go to tribal next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Besides Leanne, because we've already talked so much about Leanne, who is your standouts of this tribe?
On Ima? Hey.
I'm so tired. I forgot how much this takes out of me.
What a night.
Yeah, what a good first episode.
Yeah, we got to say, man, we have been freaking so stoked by this first night. It has been so exciting. Holy crap. So much stuff went down.
I forget what I remembered to let you guys in on and what I didn't. But were you there for the first tribal?
Yes.
Yes.
So epic. I love that shit.
So crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Leanne avenged Trey's misuse of an idol and my misuse of an idol.
Well, I wondered if she was gonna do it. I was like, she's got to know, right? Like, she's got to know. So that was pretty crazy.
Iconic.
We're going to talk about this, Justin, but I love your take. Do you think that because she is a new player, that made her more apt to play her idol at the very first tribal council? Because I think that if you're someone who's experienced, you want to be like, no, I want to go for the long haul. I don't want to burn this idol on my first tribal council. But she could have just been so simple about it and not overthinking it, being like, my name's out there, I should just play it,
Yeah, so she got that because her and Trey were the first into the Zoom as a pair, right? So it was the first two of them, first two people that were paired up.
So does Trey have one too?
No, so the deal was if she took it, if one of them took the idol, the other one had to have the disadvantage in the first immunity challenge. So that was kind of the trade-off, which Trey ended up winning the immunity challenge even with the disadvantage, or his tribe did. And then Leanne played her idol, so it all worked out. That's the way it should have. But Trey said, you're going to be a target early on, so you might as well play it the first round if you think you need to. So he encouraged her to do that. So I'm sure that's probably why.
Justin, I'm curious on your take of why Leanne voted for Brendan of all people.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't know if someone told her to vote that way to throw her off the scent. I was so disappointed. He was one I was excited to see play again. But in some ways I was glad that it wasn't two newbies that went out the first night, because I was afraid that all the returning players were just going to team up and gang on the newbies. So having that happen, it isn't the worst thing, even though I love Brendan and I hated to see him go. But it'll be interesting to see how much that spreads around, because maybe it'll put people a little bit more fearful around not splitting votes and not planning for those backup scenarios, And now, a new twist that I can reveal is anybody who survives the night that their relative is voted off has a trip to Pandora's Island where they can get an advantage.
Ooh,
so Naomi and Michelle.
Yes.
Perfect. Naomi and Michelle will get a trip. Now there are, as you guys know, John and Joe, because you were there plenty, I guess, there are disadvantages as well. Sometimes it can be bad for them. But so I'm going to call them shortly after this and see if they want to do it tonight or another time this week.
Let's use that to jump right back in us talking about Ama. And let's talk about how that affects Naomi, because we were concerned about Naomi, but that could be potentially game changing for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really interesting the way the tribes broke down. So Ama, you've got 2 pairs of loved ones and 2 randoms, right? So, so how's that going to work? Is one of the pairs going to snag Naomi and Rachel and try to like go after the other 2? It's I don't know how it's going to break down. Are they going to go after Matt because he's a previous winner, or are they just going to? Are the 2 couples going to pair up and take out the other 2? Right? Like, there's so many ways it could break down.
I think it all depends if Rachel, Marcy, and Trey were working together or not.
Right. Because they were. I can't even remember the original tribes at this point. My brain.
No, so Rachel, Marcy, and Trey were all together.
They were okay.
I think each tribe is 3-3-3.
Oh, is it? That's cool. I gotta go. Like that's what I do next. For the next hour, I'll break it all down.
Rachel and Caleb are the only 2 people who can talk cross-tribal.
Yeah, that's huge too.
That is such a big advantage. So
it's so interesting too. On Nero, it's all couples. It's 3 couples. So like that's going to be a really interesting showdown. And the one thing I don't know a lot of people know. So on Anantia, Jesse and Mariah actually know Amanda and Emma from a different org. So the 4 of them could team up.
Jesse and Mariah know who?
Amanda and Emma, the sisters.
Oh, damn.
So that could be tough for Caleb and Michelle. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Could be tough for those 2. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Because I actually don't, so Emma and Amanda have both won that previous org. So I don't know if Jesse and Mariah are going to say, "Hey, they're big threats. I want to just take them out," or if they're going to work with them because they know them, and that would be the easier thing to do. So it'd be really like I couldn't believe how everything was breaking down. It's amazing that so many of the pairs are together, and there's only a couple of pairs that aren't.
Wait, Justin, we missed the second tribe to go to the immunity challenge. So Ima, we missed them.
Yes. Yeah.
Who was the caller for that?
So Trey was the caller. He got 4 out of 5. He was on the way to get the 5th, but they just ran out of time.
Damn.
Yeah. So Joe, you guys both did that. Joe was the caller, right?
I was out.
Oh, sorry, John. I forgot.
That was right after John got
idled out.
And you were the caller, right, Joe? And you kept saying the buzzwords. You kept saying the danger words, right?
It was horrible. I was having such bad anxiety rewatching. I'm actually glad we missed the second. Well, actually, they got them all right, but yeah, that was that challenge was really tough.
Yeah, and I realized that I didn't clarify that they couldn't say the words in the task to do, so I didn't buzz anybody for that, right? Like the guy said toilet paper, but toilet paper wasn't one of the buzzwords because I was like, oh, it's in the task, so they won't say it, but I didn't think about it. So because I just kept evenly clear across. And then the one thing I did, like on the last group that went, he said hydrate, and the buzzword was hydrated, and I was like, I'm gonna buzz you on that. Like, it's literally like it's so.
That's fair. Can we ask? Were there idols hidden in the puzzles? Are we allowed to know that?
There was, yeah. So I did change it up because there's so many rumors out there right now. So typically it's always been the wood puzzle, but this time it was the water well puzzle.
Travis called it.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Someone totally called that out.
I was like, there's no way he's gonna make it the wood again.
Yeah, not with returners. I wanted to mix it up. So Jessica, because she got that first, got the idol. So as a previous winner, she has an idol in her pocket too.
Right there.
That's pretty huge.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Wait, so who? Oh, it was only if you beat your partner too.
Yeah.
It was whoever was first at the water well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Got the got that.
All right. So Jessica.
So Jessica.
Dang,
so
that's powerful.
Yep. So she's got the only idol in the game right now. We have 3. And then whoever picked number 7 in the swap. Oh shit! I gotta go remember who that was.
Oh, that was. Oh no. It was lucky number 17. And then they changed it.
Yeah, who was that? Oh crap!
I didn't write down the numbers.
You can just watch the YouTube video if you have.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it.
Video for that one, yeah.
So that person will get a trip to Pandora, as will the 2 Michelle and Naomi. But it was number 7 for season 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll have those 3. It was good, but only a little bit late. Not too bad, especially considering all the tech things we still had issues on. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, no, it was good stuff. I mean, that first immunity or the first tribal council that just started off the season with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like we were all freaking out. We were
I
like,
couldn't believe it.
I know. So I think it was the season before yours. Katie, who's back playing, did almost the exact same thing. She got an idol. Her team, if she took the idol, her team would get a disadvantage in the immunity challenge. They lost the immunity challenge, and she played the idol first tribal and played it correctly and got somebody else out. So,
wow.
Did one of the seasons go to Rocks, the first tribal?
Yeah.
Was that
Oh
mine?
my gosh.
I don't remember which one it was. No, it was. I remember it was Logan. It must have been season 2, maybe.
It wasn't any black.
It was a friggin' tie. It was their first tribal council. It was a tie, and nobody would change their votes. I'm like, it's the first tribal. What are you doing? So nobody changed their votes. So the 2 people that were in the tie were safe, and we pulled rocks for the other. I think it was 2 or 3 people.
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, who goes to rocks that early?
First tribal? Like maybe later, but first tribal. Wow.
Yeah, you have like no alliances to anyone.
Yeah,
like, that are real.
Or maybe it was just the situation of you were sure that someone else will flip. I don't have to flip.
Right.
Someone else will flip.
Maybe, I don't know. It was mind-blowing. And the guy that got out, I was like so upset about it because he seemed really fun and like strategic and like he'd play hard, kind of like Brendan. Like it sucks to see him go early.
Yeah,
he would play hard.
I can't believe it.
Playing so hard.
I know. Yeah, I'm really curious why she picked him, but
I know. I hope she'll give like some sort of
confessional.
Like, she felt so bad though. You could just
She did,
tell.
yeah, you could tell. Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna be really bad at lying to people. Like she's so funny and entertaining, but like it's gonna eat her up alive. And she's gonna be like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna write your name down." Be like,
I don't know if her being with Trey is good or not. I think it's probably good right now, but
as a shield.
Yeah.
I think that if they're gonna go for one of them, Trey's probably a bigger target.
Yeah.
Right.
Did Leanne tell Trey what happened? Like, you're in that group chat, right?
She didn't over the message. She might have.
She didn't. Oh, okay.
She didn't. I did say not to talk during episodes, Travis. If you were listening.
Oh no, I didn't join until like 15 minutes in.
I'm just kidding.
I can imagine. Can you imagine being in that tribal council, seeing Leanne play the idol, and knowing that because they all had to know this was an easy vote. We're all going to Leanne, no worries. So once she played her idol, you knew that whoever Leanne wanted out is out, and it probably everyone was just like, it could be me. It could be me. Like it had to be sweating bullets there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were talking about Emma as Justin and Travis joined in. So for you guys, any last minute thoughts about this draft?
Trey just sent me a photo.
What? Let's see it.
I don't know if you can see it. So I'll just read it.
Oh.
I don't know if you can read it. So this is the tribe chat. So Matt says, let's keep going. Leanne says, yes, we have a solid 4. I mean 6.
Oh, no.
And Trey just wrote, I'm going to kill her.
Oh, no. Who is the 4? Find out who the 4 is.
Oh, God.
Leanne.
I bet it's Naomi and Rachel. I bet it's Naomi and Rachel.
I hope so.
Damn.
God.
Well, hey, they have a whole week to iron out the details.
I mean, she can totally play that off, though. People, like, she's new, you know, like, I don't know.
Can't believe she said that.
I love how she said I mean 6, too.
I mean 6. She didn't just erase the message. She just said unsend.
Unsend.
I know.
Justin, it's like, oh, and you could be our 5th.
Yeah, that's tough. But I mean, they're gonna have a full week of strategizing, pretty much. I'm sure that people will forget about that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, let's
funny.
move on to the tribes that are gonna be in the hot water sooner than Ama. Let's start with. Help me out here, Justin. How do you say this tribe's name?
Anantia. It's so
Anantia. Oh man. So I think the hottest topic right here is Amanda was visibly upset by Michelle's performance in this challenge.
I think Mariah was too, for sure. I was watching them both have a meltdown. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and she wasn't really reading the task properly because she thought it was like with one hand to do the things. And I mean, the other tribes got it so quickly and easily. No, I shouldn't say that, but they got that it was two different hands, and she just wasn't getting that it was different hands.
Yeah. It's tough when you're on the spot like that, trying to figure that all out.
Joe says from experience.
I'm still not over that. I'm sorry.
I gotta go back and watch the recording of that because I'm sure it's hilarious.
No, you don't have to.
No.
I hope she can recover though, and I really hope she gets something positive on Pandora that'll help her out because that's got to be tough. But I think having the whole week will help. Like hopefully, as the days go on, they'll kind of forget about that. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Mariah and Jessie. I mean, Jessie's if they try to scoop up like Caleb and Michelle and like take out the two girls. Just because I mean they have a history with them, so it could go one of two ways there.
With a tribe of 6, I would not be surprised if Amanda is trying to have some sort of alliance with every single person in this tribe right now.
Will loves Amanda so much. They played together.
With a tribe of 6, it's just so easy to do. I think my take is by the end of this week, she'll have some sort of alliance, legit or not, with every single person in this tribe.
Amanda, you think?
Yes. She wants the options. She has the she's not afraid to just go out and just do things. And I think she'll just do it. I think she can read the room. I don't think a lot of people are going to look into it too much. I think, you've got a lot of players like Emma who is please let me be wrong, but she could just be a bit more naive, and she may just like take Amanda for anything that she says to her, depending on Amanda's interpretation of the players. I could totally see her taking control of the tribe if she doesn't. She finds that right balance of making a lot of moves, but not revealing her hands too much to the wrong person.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see because with Rachel being able to talk to Caleb, I don't know the full tribe breakdown, but I know Michelle was on Rachel's original tribe, so maybe if maybe Caleb and Brendan were possibly working together or something, maybe something can happen there. So that adds another dynamic to it as well. It's going to be tough.
Hannah, just join the friggin' stream. What are you doing?
Her phone wasn't working.
Her phone's been giving her problems.
Rachel has her laptop, so she's using her phone.
So is Michelle the only one in this tribe that no, I'm sorry, not Michelle. Is Emma the only person in this tribe that's had a vote cast against her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Emma has one, and that would be the only vote because Leanne's are all canceled.
Yeah. So with a tribe of 6, do you think that a potential tiebreaker could spoil the results of this?
It could. I don't know. I don't know if they would go to a tie. I think it's going to be 4 against 2. I just don't know which 4 is going to go against which 2 yet.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to bet, I would say Emma, Amanda, Mariah, and Jessie are going to team up just because they do know each other. They have some history. And, as I complain about all the time, past relationships in these orgs always tend to win out at the end of the day. So, all right, I sent my messages. How this isn't Pandora related at all, but how's Christine doing in Hogwarts?
Oh, her house won, so she's safe for the round.
Oh, that's good. Good Lord. Cool. I'm gonna go try to do some Pandora stuff. See if people are awake to do it. But yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. John, we didn't do your winners thing. I realized it like halfway through the second challenge. I was like, oh my God.
No, it's okay.
I never did it. So
I was like, there's no way I'm going to say anything better than what Natalie said. And there's 2 winners on this season. So I was like, they're going to be like, shut up. So
so I'll have you do what Becca did. I'll have you come on the last episode.
Yeah,
if you're available.
That would be more memorable.
And
There you
give
go.
give a little speech to the final group.
No, that's fine. I honestly was like, glad that
Well,
you
the reason I
forgot.
wanted you to do it because I was hoping you would say something along the lines of like, "Don't ever give up." Like I got voted out and I still got back in and won. Like there's always a chance. Although we don't have any returners this time. But
Wait, so there is no Pandora's Island?
no.
Okay.
No.
Oh, Brendan.
I know. I am really sad for him.
It was like actually really fun to watch from this side. I was still nervous for tribal council, and I told Joe, I was like, I thought I was only going to do this week, but now I think I'm going to have to
I know now.
This is really fun.
It
But I'm
helped you on the
starting
first episode.
Pandora was the first org I did, and then I did a mini right after with Justin, like a month later. But I'm starting a new one on Friday, so I'm like
Which one?
ready. The Big Brother one. It's like a BBMS. I don't even know what it stands for. But
Oh, Travis, didn't someone just say that they know someone doing that? Angel? I think Christine said Angel's doing it.
Yeah, I wanted Christine.
Yeah.
I think Susan did it the season prior.
Wait, Travis.
Oh yeah, Susan's with Christine, right? Susan's playing a game with Christine that just started tonight.
What Susan? Which Susan?
Mosa.
From our season 6.
Camosa. Okay. I thought you were talking about Susan from Survivor New York, and I got really excited.
No.
Oh, Susan.
Did you watch that?
I did. Yeah, it was a great season.
Right? And Susan was the best.
I know. I wanted her to win.
Me too.
Sorry for spoilers if you guys are gonna watch it.
But yeah, it's like a little less stressful to watch from this side, but
It's nice, you know,
Yeah.
because then once we're done with this, that's it. You don't have to worry about keeping up with the conversations afterwards.
Right.
You know, you can just enjoy the show and then come back when it's time for fireworks.
right? Justin, can you send us any funny confessionals?
So Justin, I wanted to ask if you feel like there's any confessionals worth sharing. Could we on the pre-show next week put them on the episode and talk about them live?
Yeah, if we think we can do that.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
As long as it stays within this group. I'm looking at you, John. You're the only one that probably knows. I guess now Joe knows some people in there too. You know,
I would
Michael, right?
have never.
I'm not
Yeah, I
going
know.
to.
Yeah,
Both
Michael
you guys.
and Rachel, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't ever say anything.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing is I just get so nervous about outside influence impacting the game in any way. Like I just hate that stuff. So
They didn't tell me anything when the roles were reversed, so he's not getting anything.
yeah. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for joining, guys.
Alrighty. Bye, guys.
So, just want to quickly finish up. Quick prediction for this tribe. Who do we think is going home next week? If we had to say tonight,
I think Michelle's in hot water.
Yeah. I hope she gets an idol though and just plays it.
Right.
But yeah, I think Michelle's probably number one target right now, unfortunately.
it would be amazing if she is the target. She gets something, and then we see another crazy tribal, just like we did with with Leah.
That'd be amazing.
I think we could see it with the next one because Jessica has an idol.
True.
And she seems to be an easy vote.
Yeah.
To win.
Mm-hmm.
So let's skip right over there real quick. And
That's
Nero.
a good point. I think if I'm on Nero, I think with the three pairs of two, you might be right. Jess might get some votes and use her idol, and or if anything, if she gets wind that Josh might be in danger, maybe she uses it on him, or maybe there's some situation where she uses it next idol to be on the right side of the numbers for that first vote, which will probably be really important.
Having loved ones on your tribe is actually one of the better scenarios for giving someone else an idol to play for you, because they're gonna play it for a group. So if you have 2 points of contact, then your odds of knowing where the vote's going does increase. However, that being said, everyone knows about the connections, so it's if they are forward thinking, depending on where Josh is in this, then he could also just totally be left out in the dark.
True.
That's true. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Depends on how tight-lipped people are. I want to. What is the pairs real quick for this one? Here we go. Take out the comment here so I can see it properly.
Oh, did Will I forget? Did Alan and Jessica work together in 3?
Not that I'm aware of. I could be told because Alan was a early jury, to my knowledge.
Yeah, that's right.
And just obviously won. So it's like at the end of the day, how meaningful was it? You know, you're basically looking at pre-merge connection. Because I think Alan could have been the first jury boot or first merge boot. I can't remember. It could.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I remember it was getting 4.
And this tribe has 4 returners and 2 newbies, so that's interesting. Mike and Brandon being a pair, but also being new. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess it depends. Yeah, I guess the real only connection, like season connection, is Alan and Jessica, like you guys are saying.
Yeah,
So,
which I don't think is anything monumental. However, they could just say that as a point to get together. Like it just because it isn't strong doesn't mean you can't use it as a diving board to something bigger.
Right, right.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Nero will do having 3 pairs together.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'll be a good tribal.
Whew.
Any final words from this week or looking at next week?
Are we doing this all again next week?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, I'll be here.
Yeah,
I'll be here now.
This was a lot of fun.
I know. I'm like invested already.
Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. Well,
awesome.
This is cool.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, for anyone watching after the season's over, we're invested. Let's have some fun here. Let's keep the ball rolling. You guys set the bar pretty high for the first episode. I hope to see some good action for this next one.
Right. All right.
Can't wait.
Yeah, excited.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.